What can you say? Logan Webb.
Yeah.
Logan Webb today on the stump, a 1-0 shutout, and the one run coming on a J.D. Davis home run. Wow. I'm telling you, that was huge. That was huge. And the Giants pull off the 1-0 victory. The last game before the All-Star break, Giants were fortunate because who do they have in town, Eric?
The last place in the National League.
Colorado Rockies. That's right. And I'm telling you, that was something else by Logan Webb. And we've got Logan Webb right here.
Hey, it's Logan Webb. Listen to Dan on North Network.
You heard it.
Hey, it's Logan Webb. Listen to
Keep
Dan
playing
on
that,
North
Logan.
Network. Light the beam, baby.
Light the beam.
Hey, it's Logan Webb. Listen to Dan on NorCal Sports Network. Light the beam, baby.
And let me tell you guys, don't call me a jump on the bandwagon guy, because I'm going to show you something right here at 12:53 today. I got a text from one of our great listeners and sometimes comes into the co-host Sean Proctor. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Do the Giants win today at 12:53? I said, I think so, because of Webb. There you go, guys. Right here on the NorCal Sports Network, where we'll give you some great updates and predictions. I told you the other night I guaranteed a win 2-0. I didn't guarantee a 2-0 win. I guaranteed a win by more than 2 runs Wednesday night against the Seahawks, the Mariners.
I did the same thing earlier with the fucking Arizona.
Yeah. So, this is what you want to do. This is what your ace does. Cobb makes the All-Star game, right? And you don't think Webb was happy for Cobb, but it motivated Webb to go out.
Yeah, put a chip on his shoulder, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. Webb could have easily made the All-Star game as well, but he was pitching today, so they're going to look for guys that are available. And Cobb's a 12-year vet, but I'm telling you, that's a spark. And Webb and Cobb, one more pitcher, and the team can really compete. If they don't get that pitcher, I don't see it.
I'm not quite sure. In the last few weeks, I've seen more than a few chats in here that have said that Webb is nothing more than number 2 pitcher. I disagree. And I'm not just saying that because he threw a complete game shutout today against the last place Rockies. Logan Webb has been very solid for the last 3 or 4 years. He was our go-to guy when we won 107 games. He pitched lights out against the Dodgers in big games.
Yep.
He's an ace. He's a certified ace. Right now, I'd take him over Max Scherzer, who just got lit up again today. I'd take him over Verlander, and I'd take him over half-an-arm Jacob deGrom.
How about Spencer Strider?
Nah, I think I'd still take Strider. It's close. Well, I don't know.
Pirates scored in the 9th, 4-2. That's good news for the Giants. If Pirates can hold on, Giants will enter the All-Star break at 2.5. Let me see. Let me just double check that here on my phone, and then I'll pull that up. Yeah, they will enter. Let's take a quick look. Go ahead, Carlos, and finish your thought. I'm going to pull up the standings.
I was going to say, Eric, I think Strider probably gets more love because he's just a big strikeout guy that throws 98 to 100. And I think that's what fans love, is guys that just can hit triple digits on the radar.
Yeah.
Logan Webb's a pitcher.
Yeah, I agree.
Throwback pitcher. You know, he's not going to hit 100. He's probably not even going to hit 96.
Not even hit 95. Exactly.
Yeah,
he's 92, 93. Yep.
He pitches to contact. He has a great slider and changeup.
And a sinker. That sinker is nasty.
Yep. I'll take him any day.
All right, here's the standings as they stand right up to the moment. Looks like if the Pirates hold on and defeat the Diamondbacks, the D-backs and Dodgers will be tied for first place. going into the break, and the Giants will only be, let's see,
2.5.
Wait a minute. Will they only gain a half a game?
Half a game.
No, wait, they'll gain. No, the Dodgers were let's see, Dodgers were a half game out, right? So the Giants will be one. They'll be 2.5. They'll still be. They'll pick up another half game.
Correct.
They've already picked up half, so they'll pick up the full game. They'll be 2.5, and that would be because they'd be 49 and 41. Dodgers are 51 and 38. You take one game for every two in the loss or in the win column. So they're two behind. So that's one full game. And then they're three behind in the loss column. So that would be a game and a half. So 2.5. Yeah. That's sitting nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be at the break. So we'll see what happens now.
Let's take a quick look at the wild card update. See how
real
that
quick.
looks.
Let me hit a couple of things real quick. Cameron Tyson, I got you on the list. He wants also to be in the part of the Final Fantasy, so I got his name added to the list.
All right, just write them all down, and then we'll take the. We got us 3, and we need 9 more.
We got 9.
We already got it right now. And let me respond to Robert Rothberg, who, for some reason, thinks Alex Wood is a bona fide number 3 starter. Nobody in baseball is scared of Alex Wood. Nobody. So the Giants have 2 starters right now. And
I tell you what, though, thank you, Los, because you segue in a perfect segment here. Did you see Carson Whisenhunt pitch yesterday in the Futures game?
I didn't. I missed it. Tell me.
Oh. You got to take a gander. He struck out 2, and he got the other guy. I can't remember if it was a fly or a ground out, but the guy struck out like the top prospect. He struck him out with a nasty ass change.
I mean, when you guys, everybody here, not just the 3 of us, when you're watching a pitcher pitch, don't you just kind of like your eyes just tell you the eye test, like, wow, this guy's got nasty stuff.
Yeah.
His fastballs is got good velocity and it's got movement. His breaking balls are sharp. Wow, his changeup is nasty. So, I mean, I have not seen Mason Black pitch yet. I haven't seen Whisenhunt. When you saw Whisenhunt pitch, Eric, what struck you about his pitch selection?
The only one they showed was the strikeout pitch. But when he threw it, it looked like he was throwing the high heat. But it came out of his hands so slow, and then the bottom fell out right at the end. It was nasty. Right at the bottom of the zone. So even if he didn't swing, it would have been a called strike. It was really nice. Yeah. But hey, Dan, you need to send Los that clip of Mason Black, all the outs that he had in his 5 perfect innings in his last inning. That guy's got some crazy arm action too. Slider it's a horizontal plane on his slider. Really nasty. Yeah, you're gonna have to. And yes, Ted, his legs are freaking huge. He looks like freaking Emmitt Smith on the mound with his legs.
Hey, and a pitcher gets a lot of his velocity, sometimes from his legs, a lot of times from his legs.
That's where Timmy got all his.
Yeah.
That's why he wasn't the same once his hip went.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a big win. We're what do we got? Another comment?
Yeah, I know. I'm not even paying attention. I see what you're looking at.
You respond to that one, Danny.
Which one is that?
Robert's latest one.
Gentlemen, the Giants hitter struck out only once today. That one?
Yeah.
Robert, they got 1 run off of one big hit. They got 1 run.
He just picks and chooses whatever satisfies his argument. That's what he's going to pick. He doesn't look at the entire picture. That's Robert.
You should have
Ramos should be called up. Yaz can't face lefties. Ramos, I'm hoping he keeps it up for the next week and a half. Today's the 9th. He's got 9 more days before he can come off the 60-day IL. Right. He's been tearing it up down in but they have been playing in Salt Lake City. So there is a little bit of
the altitude.
those balls that are, long flies may be outs in a lot of other major league ballparks. But heck, he's hitting them, and definitely would love to see Ramos force his way onto this team. And, I don't know. It was a good defensive day. Hey, let me tell you guys, Casey Schmidt, I told you guys the other day, he belongs in there in place of Wisely. He's in there today because Crawford was out. But I don't care if you're facing a right-handed pitcher. I want Casey Schmidt's
out in the field.
Out in the field. He saves you runs. There's such a status called defensive runs saved.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he saves. I mean, that play that he went in the hole and fired with a cannon. I mean, the guy's got it's a registered cannon. It's like unbelievable. And he's got soft hands, gets the ball out of his glove quickly. And you can't find guys like that. So keep him out on the field. I don't care if he's hitting 230 or whatever he hits right now. Don't go for a Wisely platoon matchup. Wisely's not even hitting 200. Okay. When Crawford comes back, and I do expect Crawford probably to be back Friday. He had all day off today. He's got 4 or 5 days off. My guess is it was just a tight hamstring. It wasn't a pull, right? It was
or a strain. It was just tight, right?
I think it was just tight, which those things can tighten up.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, if it wasn't for the break, he might have hit the IL. The break has come at a good time for him for that injury.
Yes. Let me see.
He hit the ball hard today and just right at somebody.
Schmidt has been doing that quite often. He has been getting some solid contact. It just they're finding gloves.
Yes.
But all you can ask for is that he's getting solid contact.
That's
after
what
the
Barry
ball,
Bonds said.
Yep. After the ball leaves the bat, I mean, it's it's up to the baseball gods at that time.
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's just do a quick update on the final mock draft before this thing starts in about 20 minutes. See where they've got.
Oh man!
Whoa,
here we go.
They moved up. They moved up Wyatt to first.
No way.
Langford,
no way.
The Pirates. I've been hearing Cruz or Skeens. If this is late breaking news.
Wait, who is this by? Is it ESPN, you said?
Yeah, this is by who's Kylie.
Yeah, ESPN guy. Okay.
McDaniel. He's 66% sure that it will be Langford. Interesting. If Langford goes number 1, Skeens landing here is the heavy favorite, with Cruz the only other real option for the Nationals. Oh my goodness, the Tigers would get Dylan Cruz. They would have all these guys. They have Riley. What's the guy? Riley Green. Spencer Torkelson. I mean, man, the Tigers are going to be loading up. And look at the Rangers down at 4.
Yep, they're at 4, so they're going to be just as good. I'm telling you, man.
Don't let Cruz fall to the Rangers.
Yeah,
man,
I'd love it. Yeah, I'm a Rangers fan in the American League.
Will Bochy be there in 3 years though when Cruz is up?
I don't know, but he might be.
He might.
Oakland A's. Well, who cares? Las Vegas A's. Jacob Gonzalez, seeing that name in the top 6 or so, just about everywhere. The shortstop from Ole Miss. Let's see where the pitcher from Wake Forest. He has not. I bet he's around 10 or 11. Jacob Wilson. That's a guy that may fall to the Giants. He's a hitter. But I'm hoping, there's Rhett Lauder, 11. That would be good for the Angels. I'm hoping that the kid from Vandy, because he's got speed. Let's see where they got him. Matt Shaw is another guy that is talk, who's a big hitter out of Maryland who could fall to the Giants. Let's see what they got. Let's see. Here we go. Can you guys see it yet?
Not yet.
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. Enrique Bradfield.
Enrique.
What did I say?
Enrique.
Enrique. Yeah, Enrique. Okay. Let me see here. I'm just got to answer a text. There we go. All right. So that's interesting. That will be interesting. It's either going to be, I'll tell you who I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Bradfield, or it's going to be Matt Shaw.
Oh.
It could be Wilson if he falls, or if Wilson's on the board, they may take him. Or
who was that? Who was that first?
Tommy Troy.
Who was that first baseman at 11, Danny?
Shaw, I think.
No, that's a right-hand
12
pitcher.
at 12. Nolan.
Oh, no.
Nolan Schnall.
I got to study him.
Chanul.
Yeah.
Chanul.
Because I would love the Giants to get a
Giants actually have 3 picks today. They're not going to go through the.
Oh yeah, they get the compensatory pick. I saw a senior talk about it for Rodon. You get the compensatory pick.
So it'll be fun. We'll see. But getting back to the ball game and the Giants' first half, they finished the first half at 49-41. We said last week they needed to be at least 49-41, ideally 50-40. They needed to win 4 on the homestand to get to 50-40. They split the 6, 3-3. So
500.
500. They recovered nicely, winning 3 of the last 4. I'm telling you, the schedule had a lot to do with that coming from New York.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a rule in Major League Baseball that when Eastern teams play on a Sunday or on the West Coast and they have a game the next day, it has to be a day game.
It happened with the Mets. What's his name? Dave Fleming talked about it on the radio. The reason why the Giants played when they did against that final game against not the Mets. Who was it? It's the team that had to go. I can't remember. They had to get back east though, but the game had to start before 6:13 p.m. on Sunday. Otherwise, they do some kind of. I can't remember who it was. Who was it? The Giants played before Seattle. It was Seattle.
Seattle. I
think it was Seattle, wasn't it?
Well, Seattle played. They played Monday, but Seattle.
I can't remember. There was a weekend game.
Home.
But Dave Fleming was talking about it. I can't remember
which last week. I just know that they should change that rule for West going east. But they do. They say east going, or the eastern teams going to the east from the west because they lose 3 hours. So it would, if there was a night game. Imagine a night game in San Francisco, Sunday Night Baseball, and the game gets over at 7:30 at night. They start at like 4:30 or 4:30. 7:30. Team gets on a plane at 10 o'clock, which is really like 1 Eastern, and then they didn't get home till 6 in the morning, and then they got a game that night. Well, not much difference for the Giants. They didn't land until 5:30 in San Francisco Monday morning. To me, it should go both ways. There we go again. East Coast bias. Subscribe to West Coast bias, guys. Ryan Smith.
You know what's interesting about the draft today, guys, is that nobody is talking about it.
Nope.
And I bring that up because I think Major League Baseball is not doing a great job at marketing its game. Look at the NFL and the NBA drafts, how huge those events are. And the baseball draft goes on a lot of rounds, but every sport, the core of your team and how you build a team is not through free agents. Those are added pieces. It's the draft. And nobody could care about the MLB draft as far as like marketing or anything. I don't see a lot.
No, they don't.
It's kind of a shame.
Yep. Eric L. said, Dan Cucimilio, pitcher out of Florida State. No, I pitched at Stanford, Eric.
What was your best pitch, Dan?
That was my 98 mile an hour cutter.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Very Mariano Cucimilio of you.
Mariano Cucimilio. Oh my God. That's a mouthful right there.
Hey, I stuttered with it if you noticed.
Mariano Cucimilio.
Had my 98.
Would have been easier to say Dan Rivera.
Had my 98-mile-an-hour cutter, my 89-mile-an-hour slider. Sometimes I threw a 101, 102 four-seamer. Had
I think you
mixed
got
in a
an eephus.
knuckleball.
I think
Man,
you got the
I had it
eephus
all.
pitch
I had
down
a
the-
full arsenal.
If you could make the perfect pitcher in baseball, here mine. Nolan Ryan's fastball, Steve Carlton's slider, Sandy Koufax's curve, and Bruce Suter's split finger. Can you beat that?
Oh, shit. No.
Can anybody beat that?
Who were those again? I heard Suter's
Oh,
curve.
Nolan Ryan's fastball, Steve Carlton's slider, Sandy Koufax's curve,
Yep.
and
Bruce
Bruce
Suter's.
Suter's split.
And hey, don't forget, how about Greg Maddox's location?
Hey, good one. Control.
That would be impossible. It would
Good
even be
one.
fair.
That's
could
the
you
perfect
imagine?
picture.
Oh my!
Can anybody
goodness.
beat that or give it your
in
best shot?
their heyday? I don't think so.
Yeah, just I mean, you could go. Oh my God. The St. Louis pitcher? Why is he Bob Gibson? You can go
Bob
his
Gibson.
fastball.
I saw this and I was tempted briefly, but I decided better instincts told me not to spit at my camera.
I could see you doing that too. I could see it. I could see you doing that. Better yet, how about an eephus? You got a good eephus pitch. How about that?
Oh, hey, did you guys see the other day? He was facing, I can't remember. He was a position player. Can't remember who it was. He was facing Acuna in a blowout, and he threw a 46-mile-an-hour eephus for a strike. And Acuna he took it. He took it. It went really high, and then it dropped in there.
Yeah.
And Acuna was laughing. Then he comes with a 75-mile-an-hour ball right down the middle, and Acuna fouls it off, and he's laughing. And then the next pitch, he froze him with an 85-mile-an-hour at the bottom of the zone. And
Right.
just
Changes speeds.
He threw a 46, 75, and 85. And I thought, oh man, that was pretty good.
You know,
I want to say Pedro Bourbon threw an eephus pitch back in the day.
Do you remember last year when Rendon?
I remember that, the Reds.
When Rendon was actually playing for the Angels, they had a position player come out on the mound because it was a blowout, and Rendon decided to hit from the left, and he actually hit it out of the park.
Oh,
that
yes.
was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. So I think what Eric L meant, they must be a pitcher out of Florida State that I'm not aware of. I can go back to that and look.
Aren't the Giants' philosophy basically just picking the best pitcher at that pick, no matter what position?
They take 80 to 90% of their first 10 picks are pitchers.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pitcher.
I don't think they're going pitcher this year.
Yeah, they need to go positional.
They do, because they have a lot of good pitching in the system already.
Right.
Let me see. I don't see a Florida State pitcher let me see. I'm going down from 20 after the Giants pick at 16. Shortstop, right-handed pitcher, Florida.
Roberts.
There's a pitcher out of Florida. It's a right-handed pitcher, not Florida State. I don't know. He might be talking about that guy, Hurston Waldrop. Don't know a lot about him. Tommy Troy's a possibility. I just said the other day to Eric, I think I was talking to Eric before I don't want to see no more Will Wilson type infielders picked, whether that be Tommy Troy or Will Wilson was the 14th or 15th pick in the draft. And then you got a Tommy Troy, you got if you're going to go draft a middle infielder that's white, make him like Trey Turner speed. Okay. Don't give me no slow, not super athletic white guys.
And if you're going to draft a guy in the first round, period, he's not supposed to be a utility player. He's supposed to be a difference maker.
Robert, this indicates that the Giants can barely beat the last team in the National League.
I endorse that statement.
Hey, they're scuffling right now. The Giants.
For sure.
They're
Even
not
though it's a
hitting-
win, which you'll take a win, but just again, let's do the eye test here.
What was the score yesterday's game?
5-2. No, 5-3.
That's right. And then they lost something like 5-2 or 4-2. What did they Friday night?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in response to Robert, here comes Greg Dayton. This is the worst offense I've ever seen.
But you know what, Dan? You talked on it. Greg is saying it, but yeah, this next road trip after the break is going to be tough.
It's not only going to be tough, it's going to be gruesome because you're going to go play in July when it's hot and humid. In
Cincinnati's going to be nasty.
Oh, they're all going to be nasty. Yep. I mean,
where else are they going? I can't remember.
Pittsburgh. They start off at Pittsburgh, and then they go to Cincy, and then they go to Washington, and then they got one game in Detroit. But that's all nasty, hot, humid, crappy weather. If you've ever been in it, it isn't fun.
And you know what?
You better drink, and get a lot of electrolytes, or you're going to
pull something.
You're going to have about 14 more hammies.
Yep.
On this team. This team has
and you know what?
A hammy problem.
Here's an issue too, or not an issue. Don't sleep on the Nationals. They just beat the crap out of Tech. I think they won. I think they swept them. They won again today. I know they won yesterday, but I think the Nationals swept the Texas Rangers. So you can't, you can't sleep on the Nationals. They're a young team who want to fight.
All right, there's some progress. Here's some progress. A little bit of that medication that Greg's on is that you prescribed's helping. He says, Robert, my friend. There we go. Little progress. You have to admit our lineup is dreadful. Robert, take this tweet or this post and revise it and agree with Greg. It'll be good for your soul. Come on. Say, yes, the Giants offense is pitiful right now. You don't have to say it's pitiful. You can add right now because that's a little bit of reality.
Current. Yeah, that's context.
That's context. So, Robert, we're going to wait for you to say, yes, Greg, my friend. Okay? Yes, Greg, my friend. I agree. The Giants offense.
You have the marriage counseling team of Dan, Eric, and Carlos that are trying to bring you two together and work out your differences. Marriage counselors. You guys can do it.
Come on, Robert.
Naturally, you don't need my medication. I'm going to side with Robert though. I'm going to side with Robert I think the break is going to do the Giants bats some good. I think they've been pushing, not a lot of days off.
Right.
Guys playing a little bit more than they were expecting to. And I expect them to come out the break and hit the ball pretty well. So I'm gonna side with Robert optimistically. That's my bet. Check back in about 10 days.
Okay, Robert. I am gonna allow you to plagiarize. Okay. There it is for you. Just copy and paste. All you have to do is copy and paste that, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to let you go. Robert, come on.
Yeah, you have to refer to Greg as your friend.
Come on. You're close to being put in timeout. He came back with, Dan, as long as we're winning, I could care less about the offense. That's getting a little bit sassy with the professors.
Oh, we got some back sass going on here. What's going on?
Look, I told Robert it's okay to plagiarize. I gave him the tweet right up there, the post, and I gave him word for word. All he's got to say. Yes, Greg, my friend, the Giants offense is pitiful right now. Signed, Robert Rothberg. And what does he come back with? He comes back with this. I think he's getting sassy with the professors. And Robert might need a 5-minute timeout, everybody. What do you think, huh? Does Robert need to go to his room? Yes. Or better yet, I may have to have the Fly come in and sing a song, a lullaby to you. Do you want a lullaby, Robert?
Oh, no.
Do you want the Fly doll to come in and sing you a lullaby or sing you about the reality.
Oh,
Greg, I respect your opinion, but I don't concur. Oh, my goodness. Robert, I can't take your... This team has scored like 30 runs in 13 games, okay? It's unbelievable. They're averaging like less than 3 runs a game. And by the way, Robert, they are under 500 in those 13 games because they're not scoring.
Correct.
So, yeah, kumbaya.
Acuna Matata.
Yeah. Can we sing Acuna Matata?
Hey guys, interesting strategy I saw today in the Yankees game. It's a tie game, 4-4. The Cubs got the bases loaded, nobody out. Yankees bring in a sinker ball pitcher, and the manager, I think Boone's the manager of the Yankees, right?
Boone, yeah.
He brings in one of the outfielders to play infield. So they got 5 infielders for a ground ball pitcher. And I thought, I like that. That's balls in a manager. Now the guy hit a sac fly. I mean, God, there was only 2 outfielders and it still found the glove. How frustrating is that if you're a hitter? But I like that strategy.
I've seen that.
I would like to see that.
Too.
I would like to see that more often. Like
that means you have a lot of confidence in your pitcher. To get that
Webb is for example, Webb is a ground ball pitcher, and the Giants got some other ground ball pitchers.
Don't give Kapler any ideas. Don't do it.
Never ever see Kapler doing something like that, because that would be in-game strategy. And like Danny points out all the time, he's very robotic to do everything pre-game show. I like that. It didn't work, but I liked it.
Yes.
Oh man.
Wow. Well, let's see what else we got here. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's go right to it, guys.
Does Correa's computer even have that software, though?
That's true. A lot of it is Kai Correa.
Man.
Yeah. The CEO of the company.
Okay, we're going to go right to the out-of-town scoreboard and see what we got going down in Arizona, or right around the corner. Padres top of the 9th lead the Mets 6-2. Nationals, as you said, beat the Rangers 7-2.
Yep.
Giants 1-0 on a complete game shutout. That was awesome. Logan Webb lowered his ERA to 3.14.
Did I hear that right on the broadcast? That was Logan Webb's first complete game of his career. Did I hear that?
I might be. I know he's gone 8 1/3 or 8 2/3 before, right in there.
He only threw about 102, 105 pitches.
Yeah,
Something
he was
like
very
that.
efficient today.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if he threw that game Friday night, he might have been the All-Star.
Yeah, maybe.
Royals, Guardians. You know what? Let me give you a little bit of sound effects for the Royals, Guardians. Could we care anything about the Royals and the Guardians? No.
What's the Guardians?
All right. What else we got here?
Are the Guardians in the race or no?
Yeah, I think we'll go back and look at the standings here shortly.
I was going to say they got Bieber, who's a pretty good pitcher.
They're 45-45. They're right at 500. Phillies lose. Marlins win 2 of 3 against the Phillies. Phillies had a chance to go into Miami and take over the Marlins if they would have swept them, but did not. Blue Jays beat the Tigers. I wonder how Brandon Belt did there. Brewers lose 1-0 or win 1-0 over the Reds. That would have been nice to see the Reds win that. They're only a game apart, separated from first place. Cardinals, White Sox, Pirates defeat the D-backs. Okay. Pirates defeat the D-backs 4-2. Let's see if we have an update with the standings here. Did they update the National League West? They did. There it is. Giants 2.5. They're 4 games over 500 at home and 4 games on the road. Very nice split. They have played more home games, though. They've played 48 home games to 42 road games. That's going to flip right after the break when they play 11 right off the bat on the road. Giants run differential is plus 31. Look at that team at the bottom. Who is that, Eric?
The Colorado Rockies.
What are they?
The last team in the National League.
Maybe even call it 36 and 54. I would call it the worst team.
The worst team. Okay.
Guys,
We could go with that. So the Giants beat the worst team in the National League by 1 run.
Guys, I saw a little bit of a chink in the Reds lineup armor today. When a left-handed pitcher pitches against them, Joey Votto, Friedel, and Fraley are 3 of their best hitters. They're left-handed. They're a little bit offset, and you turn that monster De La Cruz around, and he's not as good right-handed as he is left-handed. So I saw a little chink in the Reds' armor, like if they are going to be a threat to the Giants, which I think they will be. But of course, the Giants don't have a dominant left-handed starter to throw against them, Robert. So there goes
look at the schedule right out of the gate for after the break. The Giants have a chance to first weekend back to gain some ground. Padres in Philadelphia, Miami and Baltimore. Giants are in Pittsburgh, but the D-backs are in Toronto, and the Dodgers are in New York facing the Mets. So all those teams, that I guess you want the Phillies to probably lose 2 of 3 to the Padres, maybe, so that because the Padres are 6 back, and you don't want them to sweep and get hot, and then bunch up the standings even more. But if Baltimore can take care of Miami, and the Giants can do their business in Pittsburgh, I think D-back can have some trouble in Toronto. And the Dodgers, you never know what will happen there in New York. So
you're on fire right now, though. They're kicking on all cylinders as far as
70 games to go, 2.5. Will we see any trades, guys, during the All-Star break?
Real quick, before you get into that, you got a super chat here.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks, Glass. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Donates $4.99. Would you guys try and trade for one of the Cardinals starting pitchers? Well, Montgomery's out right now with a hammy. As of yesterday, probably a couple of weeks, maybe. I might make that call right now and see if I can beat everybody else to the punch and do it for less. Because you might not. He's a free agent. He's got a hamstring. I might say, you know what? I'll give you so-and-so. A lower level, not a top prospect, but, maybe the back end of the top 30 or something like that, and take a flyer thinking that he may be, if I can rest him 3 to 4 weeks, get that hamstring 100%, then I got myself a pitcher for, August and September. Flaherty,
I don't like Flaherty or Michaelis that much.
Yeah, I do like Montgomery, but, I still think Harrison's better. I think Harrison's better, and I think you're going to see Harrison. I think they're going to shut down Harrison 100%, and, that might be August, and they might give him another start once he gets ready and then bring him up after the 4th or 5th of August. And you may see him for the rest of the year in the rotation. And, we'll see. I do think that this lineup definitely needs Estrada. They're right-handed, really short. I love Flores as far as him
against lefties.
Yeah, putting the bat on the ball and getting hits. I can't stand seeing the guy run. I think I can run as fast as Flores with my low back issues, my knees. I mean, golly, is he slow? He is just Estrada's injury, Ted, is a fractured hamate. How do you say it? Hamate bone or
Hamate
something?
bone.
Hamate.
In the hand. He got hit in the hand. I think Estrada is out probably. I think he comes back in early August. I don't think it's a long, they said 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to guess it's on the side of about 4 to 5 weeks. I see him in the dugout today. He's just got some kind of splint or something that he's wearing and keeping I don't think it's a super deep fracture. So sometimes
and they didn't do no surgery, right?
No, I don't think they did.
Gonzo made a good point. The Giants need a bat. They can't afford scoring less than 3 runs these games.
Well, yeah. I
don't know who they're going to get. I mean, I don't see Farhan. We talked about, Goldschmidt and everything. I just don't see Farhan.
I'd go out if you're not going to go out big and try and make big moves like a Goldschmidt. Go get yourself an Adam Duvall type guy that can bat from the right side. It can give you some pop. It's got some experience.
Would you rather them trade for Duvall, or would you rather them call up Ramos?
Personally, I like Ramos. You got me saying Ramos. Ramos.
I know you think you figure I'd say it right. Bad. I got too much Arizona in me, man.
Yeah, you and Ross Stripling.
I'm getting less and less Latino since I left Cali. Yeah, Ramos. Would you prefer to get Ramos?
Ramos.
I would love to see Ramos come up. I mean,
I would too. I unlock his potential.
Yeah, I just think they're gonna they've got a lot of young guys on this team. If you look at the team, they've played a lot of rookies this year. Let me give you the list of rookies that the Giants have actually had in the lineup at some point this year.
Hey Dan, just so you know, it's 4:04. What time's the draft start?
Okay, started. Okay, we'll go catch it. But listen to these rookies that have played on the Giants this year: Bailey, Tristan Beck. Count these, one of you guys.
Okay,
like 2 so far. I guess Jelly's a rookie.
Alexander.
Bryce Johnson's kind of a rookie. No, Scott Alexander's a vet.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Is he? Oh,
he was with the Dodgers before.
He's been around like 10 years. Let's see. I'm not even going to count Rivera. He pitched once. Matos. Ramos was up earlier in the season. Sable, Schmidt, VR, Cole Waits, Ryan Walker, Keaton Wynn, Brett Wisely. How many is that?
12.
They've had 12 rookies.
I got 13.
13. Oh, you're counting Ramos. I didn't count Ramos because that was like
I didn't know. I just
48-hour trial basis.
But yeah, I mean,
they got to be at least here 3 days to be counted, man.
Yeah, I know.
God.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see. I think they've got to make some moves, though. They've got to definitely make some moves, and it's just going to be.
It's going to be weird. I mean, we'll see what Farhan could get done.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So, as we look at the draft, has it been? I haven't seen anything official yet. I think what I'll do is you guys carry on. I'll back out of the stream. I'll go get set up in my living room. And that way I can sit and watch the draft and Brebbia, Liam's asking when Brebbia is coming back. Let me give you an update on John Brebbia.
He had that lat, right? His right
Yeah.
lat.
Let me tell you when the let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Let me give you an update on all the Giants injuries. Brandon Crawford out of the lineup with left hamstring tightness. Let's see. Crawford seemed to shake his leg after crossing the bag, drawing a visit. Didn't start first half final. Previously missed 13 games with a right calf strain he suffered. Okay. What are they saying? They're not even listing him as day to day. DeScofani, who cares? Luke Jackson. See how I went over DeScofani. I really don't care about seeing him. Expected return for Jackson is July, so probably sometime on the next road trip, I'm hoping. John Brebbia, they're just saying second half. Wow.
The hell's that mean?
that means August.
Yeah.
He's continued to rehab in San Francisco and is scheduled to begin throwing program during the All-Star break. Oh, so he's going to start throwing. So probably August, early August. Tyro Estrada, expected return August. And that's it. And those who really want to know about DeScofani, it's mid-July. Man, jeez. So anyway, you guys carry on. I'll be back in 5 minutes or so.
Sounds good. I got the
anything
happen
happening
right now.
We
See
have
what's going
anything?
on. I haven't seen anything yet.
Draft. Okay. All right. Well, we will come. I'll be right back. You guys continue.
Sure.
Until then, adios.
No.
Oh, no. Well, arrivederci. What is it? I'm not a ball. What am I?
You're a Dan. Arrivederci, Dan.
Arrivederci, Dan. Okay, there we go. All right. I'll see you guys shortly.
All right. Oh, man. Oh, man.
So I'll give you the GM hat, Eric. If you were the GM of the Giants, what exact would be your first few moves?
Man, that's a tough one because what are you going to do here? I would have brought up Harrison, but unfortunately now the guy's injured. I mean, that's tough. Yeah.
Are you in the sell mode or buy mode?
I want to sell. That's because I don't think this is the future right now. Right now, I don't want to piece things together just for one run.
That would take a lot of balls to sell right now at 49 and 41, but I think that's the better move. A lot of fans would probably be frustrated because again, the whole, we just got to get in and see what happens.
Yeah. And I just hate that. I don't like, that's not a plan. That's wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to see him call up Ramos and give him the everyday left field job. I'd like to see them move off of Slater, possibly Yaz and Jock.
Right.
I'd like them to get rid of at least 3 veterans and maybe get some frontline, young pitchers.
Right.
And I'd bring up Wisenhunt. I want to see what he can do.
Yeah, bring him up to. He's definitely got to come up to AAA. 100%.
I want to see what he could do. I mean, he cannot be any worse than DeScofani and Wood.
Exactly. And if you think about it, look how he performed in the futures game. I mean, you can't. He's doing well. You know what I'm saying? Mason
Black is a double-A guy.
He's a double-A guy. He might need to be called up as well.
Okay, don't be scared because he's a double-A guy. You say he's built like a man with his legs, and and his stuff, screams 6 innings plus, which is what the Giants need. You just never know.
Right.
It could not hurt. Like I said, we've said many times that bullpen is just going to disappear in August if you keep going out there with Webb and Cobb are the only guys that can go deep in the game. So bring up the young guys, shed some veterans and some salary, And hey, you know what? Everybody thinks, oh, well, if they get rid of the older guys, they're going to tank. Well, what if they don't?
Exactly.
You got to just, it doesn't work that way. Baseball's not black and white. You just think Ramos is going to come up and they're going to get rid of Slater and like, oh, they're getting rid of veterans. They're cashing it in for this year. No, man.
No.
Like these young guys, what if they start balling? What if they came up and give them the electricity that Matos did at the beginning and Schmidt did? And yeah, are they going to go through struggles? Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, what? Hey, guess
Everyone
what?
does.
Veterans go through struggles.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think veterans don't go into slumps? Check Crawford. Yaz hasn't really hit since he came back. So Jock Peterson is not there. Blake Sable, a young guy, has more homers than Jock Peterson.
Exactly.
So for you fans that are saying, "Oh, Farhan, you're an idiot. They're selling off veterans. You're tanking in this year." That's wrong. That's a wrong way to think about it.
Nope, I agree. So it's good. I don't know. Whew. You know what? They only got themselves to blame because of how they've done this roster construction. It's just kind of, I mean, yeah, I understand COVID probably set some people back. I saw that, Senior was mentioned that. Yeah, that did have an effect on the minor leagues, but everyone, but every team had that.
Every team. Giants were the only guys that got
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. But every other team are seemingly being able to overcome that, and it seems like the Giants can. I don't know what it is. Like I said, it takes a combination of drafting well, signing free agencies, and then trading. And unfortunately, I think he's doing good on the draft pick portion of it for the most part. But as far as the trades and the free agencies,
the other thing we haven't talked about, Eric, is Bailey.
Hold on. They just announced the first one. I'm not sure who they just picked. I was just trying to cover before Dan comes in.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh just picked somebody. Who is this kid? Holy crap, he's huge. Oh, Skeens.
Yeah.
Yep. That dude is huge. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's who Pittsburgh got. They got Skeens.
Yep. But no, I was saying that something we have not even talked about is Bailey has probably caught Wisenhunt at some point.
Yes.
He's probably caught Black in some capacity, maybe at some point. I know he's caught it.
And Harrison. Yep.
So we all take that for granted that Bailey is and Webb will tell you, Cobb will tell you, they love throwing to this kid because of how he frames pitches, how he calls a game. So Bailey has a chemistry with these young guys. So don't take that for granted. Like they come up and they're throwing to a guy they're familiar throwing to, and that might work, or we don't need to trade for an okay pitcher and give up a prospect. They might be right under our noses, but how do we know if we don't try? And I think that's what upsets me and you and a lot of the fan bases is sometimes they are just so reluctant to trust the youth.
Exactly. Gosh, Pittsburgh's going to have a good young team. They got that young catcher they just brought up. Now they got this Skeens kid. They got O'Neal Cruz at short. They got what's his name? Brian Reynolds in center. They're going to have a good team.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, just like it's the 70s all over.
I know.
We are family.
Yep. I mean, it's good for baseball though. It's good for the game because you want to see more parity in the league other than you want to see
it's okay to have smaller towns do well. I mean, the Pirates were I got my Pirates yellow on right now. So
there you go.
Pirates, Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, Clemente. I love those Pittsburgh teams.
Man, this guy. I'm just looking at his Paul Skeens. That dude's built to be a pitcher. Holy moly.
Hey, Eric L., I like that pick, man. Hey, that dude will not let you down. No doubt.
Who's that?
Eric L. says with the second pick, Los D is taken.
Hey, there you go. Look at that. You're getting some love in the chat.
Hey, in my prime, I was a pretty good player. Center fielder.
Waiting for the second pick to show up. Another team. I mean, you can't sleep on the damn Rangers. They've been doing well in the draft. That's why they're doing so good now. Now they kind of they've been scuffling a little bit, but every team goes through a scuffle. So we'll have to see how they pull out of it. People probably pressing a little bit. You know how it is when it gets to this time of the year. Players start getting tired.
Yesterday I asked about not being able to trade draft picks and move up in the draft. I wonder why. I think
Probably in the CBA.
I mentioned at the start of this show about how the MLB draft is just so blah, it's boring.
Yeah. Right.
That could be a part of the reason. Like a lot of people like the trades. Like in the NFL, when you hear the you hear that little bell. It's like, oh, a trade's been made. People get all juiced and excited.
Yep.
So if they don't allow that in Major League Baseball draft, then they wonder why nobody is interested in
exactly.
The draft.
Hey Dan, we already saw the first pick. Paul Skeens going to Pittsburgh.
Hey, get off the carpet.
Can you hear us, Dan?
Get off. Hey.
He's trying to
he's figuring it out. Gotcha.
He's trying to set up the draft, but yeah,
I was just gonna say something. What the heck? I just totally freaking lost it.
They probably do have it in the CBA.
Yeah, they probably do. Damn it! I was just gonna talk about the.
You guys hear me? I can't hear you guys.
You're in a minute, Dan. You're in a minute. You kind of go in and out.
What's going on?
You look good for a minute, and then you freeze up for a couple of seconds, and then it. Wow, so far you're good. He can't even hear us. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, he's looking fine now. He was kind of lagging a little bit there.
Let's do a little sign language here, Eric.
Oh, looks like Dylan Cruz. Looks like Washington's going with Cruz. I think. I don't know. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. Oh, there he goes. Man. Oh, he's an LSU guy too, huh?
Yeah, they both are.
Yep, they actually picked him. So yeah, he's
they were expected to go on the top of the form.
So Washington, another good player. Wow. Hits a 70 on an 80 grade scale. That's pretty good. My goodness.
Yeah, and that's what makes Joey Bart so frustrating is because
I know
when you are the number 2.
To be honest with you, you know what? I think where the Giants made a mistake. Well, maybe they didn't, because maybe they didn't think that Posey was going to retire so soon. But trying to be the heir apparent to like the Giants Buster Posey. I mean, you know how it's already tough enough to be the second pick in the draft because you're going to have so many of the expectations. But to replace the Hall of Famer, I mean, that I think they probably should have gone with a different player other than a catcher. But maybe it would have been less.
They're just some people that are wired to, not hear all the noise about being the heir apparent. I mean, different sport, but I respect the hell out of Steve Young. There's nobody that could have more pressure
right
coming into a situation. I mean, Montana was absolutely adored in this area. And Steve got a lot of heat for not winning right away when he was a starter. So yeah, maybe Bart wasn't just wired that way, or maybe he just quite frankly wasn't as good as they thought. But because Will Clark was the number 2 overall pick.
Yep.
In a draft. And that's what I always say. When you miss in the draft over and over and over again, your organization takes a step back because then you have to overpay for players like Jock Peterson.
Yep, that is true.
Peterson's not a $20 million a year player.
Yep.
He hit some homers and he's a defensive liability. He's good in the postseason, but he's not worth that. But he does have value, and I bet another contending team would definitely trade for him.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see what's going on here. Kyle is saying, I see what you're saying, Eric, but there's conversations behind the scenes we don't know. Absolutely. We only can make decisions based on what we know. We don't have any kind of inside information or anything. So
AMF was McClanahan, the pitcher for the Rays. Was he available the same year Bart was? Because that dude quite possibly is the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, that kid's good. Yeah.
He's filthy.
Yes.
Left-handed, throwing 98, 99 with a wipeout chain.
You know what? That's Wisenhunt, though. That's Wisenhunt.
Well, he throws that hard?
He throws, I think, mid-90s, mid to high 90s.
What are you waiting for, man?
I know. Harrison, same thing. The only thing is, instead of a change, he has a slider. But it
sounds like Wisenhunt has a little bit better control than Harrison.
Yeah,
too.
He does right now. I think he's got more. Yeah.
Is Wisenhunt a big kid?
I think, if you look at him, he's not. Let me see. Carson Winston. But
Maybe 6'3", 6'4".
now, if I'm not mistaken, because I was thinking about this too, because you kind of want to have 3 pitches as a starter, right?
Yep.
But
At least.
if I remember, and again, I can't really, we can't compare. Here, let me find this. We can't compare it to like some of these stars, but didn't the big unit only have 2 pitches, a fastball and a slider? That's pretty much all he threw. I don't know if he threw a changeup or anything.
Those were 2 special pitches. Typically, if you're a starter, unless your 2 pitches are so dominant, you need at least 3. 4 would be even better.
Right. Gosh, how come I can't see his?
Mitchell and Ness.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 209 pounds.
6'3", 209.
Yep.
I like it. Good
Yeah.
size.
And he's
Mitchell
22.
and Ness, it's exactly what I think all of us have been saying.
Yep.
We think the Giants are okay. They're playing probably better than expected, but if everybody's healthy, they're probably the 6th or 7th best team in the National League, give or take. You want to be just okay, or you want to be special. You have
Exactly.
it roll the dice, and you could be special, and get rid of some vets and bring some younger talent to mix in with the young talent we already have, and let's go 24 and 25.
Exactly.
I think the fan base would be freaking juiced to have a bunch of young guys coming in next year with a lot of hype. But I don't know.
I'm all for that. I'm all for,
I think too many
the
of
bad
our
word of rebuild. I don't know why that's such a bad word, but sometimes you have to do that.
I think too many of our fans, Eric, and this is the Bay Area in general, not just Giants fans, but Bay Area fans really, really love their veteran players. They get so emotionally attached to them. They just don't want to let them go. They care. They care more about those individuals than
the team as a whole.
Team, exactly. That's why you saw all the panda hats and the giraffe hats, and people don't want Brandon Crawford to be moved, or they don't want.
I tell you what, Ted. Yeah, that looks like a good rotation, but Ohtani ain't gonna happen, man. As a matter of fact, good point. Last night when I was driving back from the store, what's his name? There was a guy from NBC Sports LA talking to Jody Mack, and they were talking, Southern California baseball. He thinks Ohtani's going to get traded for sure. That's what his take is. He's going to get traded. He goes, maybe not the Dodgers. I guess Artie Moreno doesn't have a soft spot in his heart for the Dodgers. So he probably won't trade him to the Dodgers. So he may go. The funny thing is he didn't mention the Giants. He said Padres, Yankees, and the Mets. That's where he thinks.
There's no way you can trade for Ohtani without having a long-term contract locked up beforehand. Can you imagine how much you have to give up for that guy, and then he leaves you at the end of the year?
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. If they give him up and we see that it's not a who just got drafted? I'm missing it here. But if they're not giving up a lot of prospects, then there's no guarantee that he's going to sign with that specific team the next year as a long-term. You know what I'm saying? If they're only giving up a few prospects and not, the whole farm per se, then he's definitely not going to sign back with whatever team gets him. Now, if they give up a whole bunch, Max Clark went third.
Max Clark.
I don't know who Max Clark is. Anyone know who Max Clark is? The Yankees can do it. Yeah.
Will's nephew.
Yeah.
It's in the genes, man. It's in the genes.
Who is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is.
I think Danny's having some serious technical difficulties.
I guess he is. He might as well just go back to his back to the room.
Yeah.
He was looking fine. He was, he kind of lagged a couple of times, but then it looked like it freed up, but something's going on with his mic. Holy crap. This is a small kid. Who is this? He's not very big. This Max Clark. Matt's from the left. I think he's a high school kid. It's got to be high school because he looks kind of small. Trying to see more because the MLB.com has the coverage on their website. Heck, I wonder if I share it without the sound. I don't know. I'm not gonna
not
risk that.
worth chancing it.
Nah, it's not.
I'm sure everybody's kind of like watching on their phone or on a tablet or a TV somehow, some way in the chat.
Yep. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's a high school kid.
MF
I'm
thinks
guessing
the
this is
Giants
the third.
are gonna beat Cincinnati next week. They could. Anybody can beat anybody except the A's, really. They got a chance.
Okay, what do we got here? Senior, are you talking about that Max Clark? Because the videos are showing it. He doesn't seem to be all that tall, but I could be wrong. So yeah. Oh, he was projected to go 5th and he went 3rd.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants, maybe not in the first round, but in the first few rounds, don't be surprised if they take another catcher, because their 2 young prospects are now on the bigs, or Barton and Bailey.
Right.
I think Bart will be coming up pretty soon at some point, or traded. And I think
he might be traded.
The only catcher of any note, I think, is Genevis.
Genevis, yeah.
And I don't know how he's doing, but
yeah,
you can't have too many solid catchers. It's a very important position. So
yeah, it is.
Would not be surprised if they took one in the first 3 rounds.
See, he's saying Senior thinks the Giants are going to get a shortstop, possible high school. I don't want a high school kid.
Okay, now why would they take if Luciano is your future and he's young, he's just going to block. This is what the Giants do. You
get
have
blocked,
a young guy that could. Yeah. So why draft another guy that, okay, he's ready in 2 years, but oh shit, I can't play there. Luciano's there. Now I got to go play out of position. Yep. Draft a player that nobody's going to block. And that's why I want first base. Lamont Wade is having a good year. He's not your future. And
Texas picked up Wyatt Langford.
Okay. That's the kid that the other guy thought was going to go first. That's why I want a first baseman with some power. I want a prototypical.
Oh, that's a big dude. Holy criminy.
Yeah. I want a big dude because I like
wow.
first baseman tall in case of high throws. And I want him to have power. There's some positions where you should have power. Third base, first base, and outfield at least, prototypically.
Yeah. Look at all the Texas brass giving handshakes, high fives, hugs. I guess they like that pick. I see Chris Young. Interesting.
And he returns.
Hey, can you hear us, Dan?
Yeah, I had some issues with one of my ports in my laptop, the USBs.
I hate that.
Couldn't get the sound. Then I switched them, got the sound, then I lost my camera. So I was like, anyway, it's kind of dark in here with the backlight. I don't. Oh well.
All right, you just missed it. Texas picked up Langford.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Okay, you are okay.
I've been watching it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good move for Texas because they got a kid who's more ready to play than the kid that Detroit picked, which is kind of probably smart for Detroit. They're years away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get the high school player who's used to playing in cold weather because he's from Indiana.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
And so
I just don't want to see Giants get a damn high school player. I don't want to see that.
Danny, I was just telling the chat that there's some projections that the Giants are going to go shortstop here. And I was saying that if Luciano is your future, why are you going to draft a guy that's just going to be blocked if Luciano is potentially your future? Then you're going to run into the same problems that you always have in this organization, which you have a guy that's really good, but somebody's blocking him, and you bring him up and you put him out of position. And we all know when you're playing out of position, sometimes it messes with your head.
Yeah, Luciano may project though as
an outfielder, where he won't be as valuable as an outfielder as he would be a shortstop.
Right, but then
25 to 30 homers at short goes a long way rather than as an outfielder.
You can always trade somebody as well, but it's just
first base.
I'm guessing this pick's going to be the shortstop from the Mississippi. Is my guess. So the Twins are on the clock. Pick number 5. I just I'm sticking with the kid Bradfield is who
Enrique?
I want. Enrique, yeah.
I told Eric, don't be surprised if they take a catcher in these first 2 rounds.
Oh, geez.
I bet. I mean, that's Farhan though.
I don't see
I don't
that.
agree, I don't agree with it, but
they got other catchers in the system that are coming up too.
Besides Genevis?
Yeah, Augusti. What is his name? Saw him in the Arizona Fall League this past
Sagesti or
October.
Sagesti or something like that.
Yeah, he's another one. Then there's 2 of them that are out there.
Yeah, I understand what Senior's saying, because shortstop, even though you draft them as a shortstop, because they're your best athletes on the team, so you could put them wherever you want to put them.
A lot of times they could play center field.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, so we've got prospect promotion picks. Look at that. The Mariners got the 29th pick because they promoted Julio Rodriguez last year.
That's what they're doing with Harrison.
That's what they're doing with Harrison, exactly. And maybe Luciano's not ready, but
Luciano's too skinny to play short. It's not Justin Kerwin.
No.
I don't know about that.
No, he's not. He's lanky.
He
looks a little sometimes too muscular, too big to play short.
He's got quick hands though, and his bat speed is off the charts. So yeah, I'm okay with him at short. I heard he's made improvements with his glove at short this year. So Luciano at short and Schmidt at third is the future. That is. Schmidt will cover a lot of ground to help him out there. Let me tell you.
Hey, Dan, is the minor leagues, they also have a break as well at the same time as the big club?
I believe they do. They have their own all-star game, I think. Yeah. Let me pick up.
Here comes Manfred.
I'm going to mute this, and here he comes.
They booed him at the start.
I'll mute this and tell you here in a sec.
Yeah, I'm taking a gander at it as well. And who's this pick? You said it's a Minnesota?
Yes. Walker Jenkins, outfielder.
Walter Jenkins.
Oops, I hit the wrong dang button. I meant to hit the mute button, and I just lost the screen. I got it.
Walker Jenkins.
Now I got to go find my
lefty. Not a pitcher, but batsman left.
I got to go back to the darn app. I use YouTube TV, so I save a lot of money and get all the channels I need. Oop.
All right. We're getting there. One thing, if they're going to stick with high school age kids, why not just go with the international draft? I don't know, man.
Hey, glass half full.
I guess it all depends on timelines.
That's what I'm saying, man.
There we go. Got a super chat, Dan.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, trades would make this draft way more interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see trades. I understand you can't trade away your future picks. They don't want that to happen. They were afraid that teams would just all right, you can have my entire next 5 years top 2 picks, and they didn't want that. But you should be able to at least
trade an existing player in your organization for a draft pick. They should allow that.
Well, right? They don't. That's what they're afraid of. Is they don't want teams to just trade away all their picks for players that are playing now. But you should be able to trade a player as long as you maybe get back a first. Like, let's say you want to move up from 16 to 3, let's say, okay, we'll trade you 16 for the number 2 pick, and we'll give you, this particular player. So the Giants say, okay, hey, we really want this Dylan Cruz that went number 2, right, to Washington. So how about if they say, we'll give you 16 as long as you're getting a pick back, but we're going to give you, for example, just to name a player, Blackburn or what's Mason Black or something like that.
If I was in Major League Baseball meetings, I would bring that up. I'm like, if you want the trade to be as somewhere close to as popular as basketball or football, you allow trades, because the way it's constructed now, nobody's watching. You're not selling any sponsor or advertisements.
I tell you what, though,
Why not?
You can make the Giants instantly. I mean, almost. I don't know if you would say win the division, but if they went out in the offseason and got Sasaki and Murakami, a starting pitcher and he's an outfielder, right? Murakami?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, come on. Could you imagine that? You sprinkle
cost
them in with the young guys and then maybe get some vets from the free agency?
And it wouldn't cost you $60 million.
Yes.
Paul Skeens, they're interviewing right now. This is a big dude. Man, he's a pitcher.
I was talking about that. It's a monster.
Played at Air Force, then transferred to LSU. He's going to pitch. He may pitch this year. Remember who did that? Ben McDonald with the Orioles. I think he pitched right out of college. But Paul Skeens is the guy that tells me Pittsburgh wants to compete next year. He will be in their rotation next year.
They have a young team.
And they're going to be a team that's on the rise.
He probably transferred out of the Air Force Academy. He can't fit
that
in
guy
anywhere.
The guy that had Wyatt going number one, he felt 66% chance. He went fourth. Hey, there is precedent of trading, though, draft picks. The Arizona Diamondbacks years ago, remember they traded Dansby Swanson, the number one pick in the draft, to Atlanta for Shelby Miller and a couple of other guys, I think. I mean, that was a steal for Atlanta because nobody helped out at Arizona. And but they traded Swanson before he ever played for them in the minors. So you can do that.
So it can be done, or did they change it since then?
Here comes the Las Vegas A's pick.
Let's see. I bet you they're going to go with that Will Wilson shortstop. I'll let you know right now. Here, let me turn this. Let me mute myself. I'll be right back.
Somebody in the chat said Murakami is a third baseman, but he can play first too.
Well, there you go.
There's your first baseman.
Yep, Jacob Wilson. They picked the shortstop from Grand Canyon. Oh, they picked Wilson. I thought they were going to pick the kid.
Yeah, no, they picked the kid that the Giants wanted to get. Remember?
Jacob Wilson.
They were hoping he would drop down.
From Grand Canyon. He's going to play in Vegas. Going to be in one desert to another. They'll be in Oakland probably, or Sacramento for the next couple of years, unless they figure a way to play out in the Vegas's minor league fields. Austin Slater who's a MLB rep, said that stadium in Vegas is major league ready. They got to make sure that they can't play in stadiums that are. Look at the A's. Like, shoot,
This is the first player I actually seen come across the stage. Everyone else is at home.
I got picked by he's walking out with an A's jersey and hat on now.
Yeah.
With his red tie, and he's going, dang, why did I get picked here?
I know. It's okay. He could think, I'll be gone in 5 years anyways.
Yeah.
Haruko Luciano can do more than just hit fastballs.
Wait, who's this?
He's a little better than Angel Villayona.
Huh. Chardell says A's are crap.
I'm going to listen to see what they're interviewing this kid. I'm going to listen. I'll let you know what he says.
What time is it?
Oh, was Billy Bean in there? I didn't even notice he was in there. I saw it real quick, but yeah, it looked pretty bad. It looked like
Damn, he's been the GM for a long time.
I don't think he is though. I think he's
just behind the scenes now.
Jacob
Yeah.
Wilson's dad had a 12-year major league career with Pittsburgh, Seattle, and Atlanta. He's here from Grand Canyon, which is just down the road from us, Los. And Grand
heard his
Canyon's
name.
put out some pretty good players. They put out Tim Salmon,
Yeah.
the Angels, a couple of other guys. So yeah, they got his dad on there. I'm gonna go back to listen to this.
Never forget, Barry Bonds came from Arizona State.
Yep. Good old Angel Villanova, yeah.
Arizona produces some
Cameron.
good baseball players.
Yeah, commit and
High school
murder
and college.
usually doesn't do a very good. It doesn't reflect nicely on your MLB career.
If you can deal with the heat, you can hit a baseball.
Well, this guy's a masher. He could hit.
There's not too many switch hitters coming out anymore, huh? That kind of going away?
You haven't seen too many, yeah.
God, man. And
Yeah, I was
Cardinals-
surprised.
The Cardinals used to have so many switch
I was
hitters in
surprised
their
that
lineup.
Patrick Bailey was batting third.
Yeah, I don't. As much as I like him, he's not a 3-hitter. He's about a 5th or 6th hitter.
Oh, I think he's more like a 6th or 7th. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he's done well, but the league will figure him out. And I mean, the guy was hitting under 200 at high A ball. You know,
something clicked.
something clicked, but
One little adjustment.
yeah, and they'll have to make more adjustments as they.
Yep.
You know, if he can hit you 240, 250 and, you know, give you 10 home runs and give you Gold Glove defense, it's pretty tough to ask for a lot more from a catcher these
I
days.
was reading today that Sandy Alcantara, our reigning Cy Young Award winner, said that he made a little mechanical adjustment in his delivery that him and his pitching coach picked up on because he was getting smacked around the first 2 months of the season, and he's back to dominating. So baseball
Sometimes also it
players,
takes-
young and veterans can make one little adjustment, and something Bailey did with his stance or his hitting approach is I don't think he's going to be a 300 hitter. I'm with you, but I don't think he's going to be a 220, 230 hitter either. It's got a nice level swing. So I think
They
that's
got
what-
Enrique Bradfield as the 7th top prospect available, and they're through 6 picks. So
6, I think, yeah.
yeah,
Real quick, hey Dan, you can't read the comments, right?
I could if I get closer enough.
All right, no problem. No, someone was just asking if you're reading the comments.
Where do the Giants pick? Sorry, just linked on. They're coming in at number 16. They'll be the 16th pick.
It's Joe Montana's number. It's a good number.
There you go.
People asking if I'm okay. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything today yet, except my protein shake. So my wife is bringing me a steak right now.
Sisig. I keep pushing for that Sisig, Dan.
So Rhett Lauder went to Cincy.
Oh, Rhett Lauder. They got a good pitcher. He's one of the top
Oh,
pitchers
wow.
in the draft.
Man, he looks like a little kid, except for his locks. He's got locks of hair for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Comes out of Wake Forest. His changeup and control is 60, I'm guessing, out of 80. Fastball 55, slider 55.
That kid's going to be good.
Yep. Wow. Cincinnati picking a pitcher.
Hey, boys, I got to leave a little early. Got an engagement to go to. So
All right,
carry
let's-
on. Let's hope the Giants nail this draft and
Yes.
see what takes place.
All right.
All right,
Take it
Los,
easy,
hey,
Los.
thanks for joining.
See ya.
All right. Dan is the Wake Forest third baseman in this draft. Yes. That's another
Who's that?
guy that I wouldn't mind having.
Is that the Shaw kid that you were talking about?
No. He's a shortstop from Maryland.
That's right. Gotcha. Wow, he's good, man. This Rhett guy, Rhett Lauder. He's gonna go to a good team, man.
See, Matt Shaw, Maryland, number 4. Namala, number 5. Enrique Bradfield moves up to number 6, is best available. This is kind of like Mel Kiper's board.
Yeah.
Braden Taylor, see, who do they got here? There's a pitcher. Don't pick a pitcher, Giants. I've seen them. They got enough pitching.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think they got enough pitching. Yeah. We'll see. Who do you think's the biggest influence for the Giants in these picks?
Probably some of their top scouts, probably. I mean, I think the scouts, they rely on the scouts over, just Farhan. I mean, Pete Petulia could have some say.
Yeah.
The other, I don't know about Kyle Haynes. He may.
Yeah, that's going to be
I
interesting.
know he was, getting ready for this draft, Kyle Haynes.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bednar. There was a lot of talk that he was going to be good, but he kind of hasn't panned out.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
No, I think he's still in San Jose, isn't he? I think so. He's been there a while. He's been there a while.
A lot of injuries. Lost a lot of velocity on his fastball. I think he overdid himself in the College World Series a few years ago.
Might have, yeah.
He pitched way too many innings on short rest, and they were relying on him to get to the to win the championship.
See, it all depends. I see Michael O'Brien's talking about high school hitters have the best upside. Only problem is you got to judge where your team is. If they're kind of along in bringing up their guys, you might want a college guy so they can impact a little bit more. Or if they're falling behind, if it's a slow timetable for people to come up, then you maybe get a high schooler. Because you get a high school kid, you're going to be waiting like 5 years before he gets up to the majors.
Yeah, most likely.
Somewhere around there.
Can happen in 3 if they get really, if they're
like,
a star.
Not everyone's like a Bryce Harper or Ken Griffey Jr.,
There's a couple of
Kansas City draft guys. Looks like they're in a trailer as well. Texas had a nice spread, and who was the other one in the very beginning? I can't remember. All right, here we go.
Let's see who we got here. Let me put this on mute. I'll tell you. You might be ahead of. Let me see. Am I? All right, here we go. Let me turn this on.
Blake Mitchell, catcher.
Yep. High school, Texas. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to be needing a catcher because Salvi can't be doing that much longer. Is Farhan? We'll find out when they show the camera in the 16th pick whether Farhan's there or not.
So what pick are they on now? They're going to be on number 9. Okay.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Yeah. So
wow, his arm is rated way high, 70. Wow.
Any more in the chat from
I'm looking here.
From Rothberg or Dayton?
Oh, no, those guys have been quiet now. Ever since we've been doing this draft, they've been pretty quiet. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Glass half full says, I really hope the Giants don't
draft
a pitcher.
Yep.
I don't want that either because college pitchers, they haven't done well. That's got to be exciting, though, to be a high school player and then
get drafted to the big leagues right off the rip, man.
I mean, you got a long haul, but you're going to make, you're going to go to college or take your $3 or $4 million.
Yep, exactly. Oh, he's a high school kid. Okay, gotcha. Texas Player of the Year. He won't be too far away from home in Kansas City.
Oh, this is at Seattle. This is where the draft is.
Yeah, I think it's in the same place where the All-Star game is. Yeah. Oh,
they're trying to make it a baseball weekend.
You see that commercial with Buster Posey?
No.
Oh no, they're making comparisons to this kid as Buster Posey. Interesting. Wow. That's the clip that they showed on the MLB Network. Holy criminy.
Oh, you're watching MLB Network?
Yeah.
I'm on ESPN.
Oh, it's free on the website.
I could probably go to.
Oh, it's the Seahawks field. That's what, but it's in Seattle.
Are they still showing the? Are you still seeing it?
No, they're talking to.
Is it a commercial or?
No, they're talking to the panel on MLB.
Let me take a look here.
Roku. Odds are whoever they draft number 1 isn't going to make it.
See if I have the MLB Network.
Just go to all you got to do is just go to the website, and they're showing it for free on the website.
Yeah, but then I don't have I have to leave the screen here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going back and forth.
I should have it on my TV, MLB Network.
Whatever. What the hell happened to Hunter Bishop? Yeah. Injuries. What the hell is this? Who is this? Whose draft room is that? Colorado Rockies? They got 3 guys just sitting around a table. That looks so bad. Wow. Do you see that?
No, I'm trying to get to MLB.
They just flashed to the Colorado's draft room, and seriously, it's just 3 guys sitting around a table. Everyone else had like an army full of people.
Interesting. Shoot, I don't see that. I could do it on my phone, I guess. MLB. Wonder why.
Yes, correct, Mark Graves. The last team in the National League, Colorado Rockies, are up for their pick. Who do they get?
Come on, you gotta have the MLB Network on here. I mean, I can go to the MLB app. I can just go to there and let me go. Oh, hold on. Let me hear this pick.
Chase Dolander goes to the Rockies.
Yep.
Whew. Looks like he's got some nasty stuff. Wow. He's got his arms are long as hell. Holy crap. He just whips that ball in there. Wow.
Let me see if I can.
Wow. He went to Tennessee. Wow.
Let me go to my apps. Yeah, I'll just go to. Come on.
Eddie F. It's so cringe. Most of these players won't make it. Yeah, that's one thing about the baseball draft, man. It's unless it's the Dodgers. It seems like they always have their guys make it. Yeah, I could see why it's hard to pick up the ball on this guy, AB. Wow, that guy's got some. He's got some arm action in that throw. Whew.
All right, now I'm watching.
Yeah, the next picks. I think the next pick is going to be Miami.
Okay, now they got the panel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got the same. I was watching ESPN.
Oh, that does gotta suck. If you're a prospect and you're a pitcher and you get picked by the Rockies, man, you're going to be in for a long career, or not. I should say not a long career, but a difficult career if you stay with the Colorado.
Yeah, the last time the Giants selected a pitcher from, they picked a couple pitchers from Vanderbilt.
What's his name? The one that didn't do so. Tyler Beatty was from Vanderbilt.
Beatty. They picked Chris Strat.
Oh, here comes Miami.
Let me hear this.
Well, no, not yet. Not yet. It's getting ready to come up. Not yet. Who do we got? Oh, we're talking about all the Tennessee Nick Senzel, Todd Helton, Alan Carr. Some of these other guys I don't even know. R.A. Dickey played for Tennessee. Tyler Beatty, gross. Yeah. There were so many. Kyle Crick, Tyler Beatty. All these guys were potential aces, and yeah, that just didn't work out.
Yeah, they're talking about the ballpark and the challenges.
The guy on the far, that guy right there that's talking, he used to be the GM for the Rockies, right? What's his name? The guy on the far right on the panel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he used to be the GM for the Rockies. I can't remember what his name was.
I know they're going to have challenges there, they're saying, in the year he had, but being from the SEC. Let me see what they say.
Oh, talking about the history of the Marlins. Yeah, I see that. Oh, Bickford, Phil Bickford. I forgot about him.
Oh, yeah, that was another pitcher they picked. Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch the Marlins, they always do something crazy. Watch, they'll take the kid with the speed from Vandy.
You talking about Enrique?
Yeah. I hope not. But
that's the guy you want. Kyle Crick. Yep.
Yeah, there's another pitcher they took. Yeah.
Man, there's a bunch of them that they've whiffed on.
That true. Colorado former GM. I can't remember his name either, but
is it Jim O'Dowd? Is it O'Dowd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the pitcher that the Rockies picked, he had him as the second best player in the draft.
Oh, wow. Oh, here we go.
Let's hear who it is. Here we go.
Noble Myers.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
Wow. Holy crap. How does that kid throw 100 miles an hour? Oh my God. How? You see that kid?
Mm-hmm.
And he throws 100 miles an hour?
Timmy Lincecum threw pretty close to 100.
Yeah. I wonder if he's got a similar delivery. He's a high school kid, and that guy's not what? He's barely what? Maybe 140, 150 pounds?
Yeah, look at his chest.
Look at him. Yeah, he's got long arms, so he must just like a Walter Johnson kind of guy. Maybe he just. I'm going to see some clips of him. Man, you look at him; he looks so unopposing. Oh, wow, that is crazy.
That's huge.
That is crazy. Oh my God, I'm gonna. They got to be showing some clips here shortly.
Interesting. Oh, there's a tall guy.
Come on, let's see.
You must be ahead of me. I don't know. Are you watching it on your
Computer? I'm watching it on just the website.
Oh, I think the bigger the TV, the longer it takes to stream.
Maybe.
I've heard that. Yeah, because when I do my phone, I get it quicker.
Get it. Okay. That is crazy. Yeah, they said he throws a 98 and he was topping out at 100 miles an hour this spring. Whew. Come on, let's see the clips. Let's go. Eddie, we are getting old, man. I need to stop watching sports. Exactly. Eric says 100 pounds soaking wet. Ted Mosby, tall and skinny. Come on, where the heck's the clip? Let's go. They said in the announcement there that he's probably the highest rated high school pitcher coming in out of the draft right now. Here we go. Breakdown.
They just interviewed him, yeah.
Here we go. They're showing clips now. Whew. Nice slider. High heat. No way. 6'5" and 200 pounds? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's what they're saying. He's 18, 6'5", 200 pounds.
I told you he was tall. Man, they say he looks closer to 6'7".
Wow. That's crazy. Oh, there you go. Will Martinez says maybe you could get the Giants draft pick after he's drafted. Use your connections, Dan. That's what Will's saying.
To what? Maybe.
He said maybe you guys can get the Giants draft pick on after he's drafted. Use your connections.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that room. Angels got an army of people there. Like I said, Colorado had like 3 guys.
You're ahead of me, so let me see what. I'm still on the set.
Oh, okay. Here it comes. Here comes the pick. I'll let you say it. We'll send them.
Oh, here. Oh, wow. That's a huge room. One pick tonight. Here he comes.
Yeah, I already saw it. Nick. Angels have half of Anaheim in the war room.
Okay, Nolan Shanaway, first baseman.
That's the guy that Los wanted the Giants to try to get. He's, I guess, a power hitting first baseman or something. 21, 195 pounds, 6'3".
Let me see. I see holes.
He's probably all excited about going to Anaheim, knowing that drinking Shohei will probably be gone.
Oh, by the time he gets there.
Yep. Yep. Don't worry. Watch the next. Oh, actually, it won't be. It'll be the first home game when the Giants come back. You'll see the draft pick sitting in the stands. They always do that.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, I don't like the MLB commissioner. Not many people do.
Whoa. Some mini dresses there, mini skirts in the family there.
Habs ruled. Hey, Dan, do you realize you are hosting a podcast?
Ah. I'm finishing up my steak, and I got some helpers next to me.
Oh, I bet.
Look.
Yep, they're waiting. They are waiting.
Look at that.
He put his snout right on a chair, just waiting.
You want a bite of that, buddy? All right.
So what
Easy.
I think we're getting on pick 11 now, aren't we?
Easy. There you go. Good boy. All right. Easy. Take it. Watch this, gang. Leave it. Hey, wait. Hey, I put it too close. It was dangling. Your turn's coming, Faith. Let me get a little peek. All right. See how good his discipline is. Leave it. Leave it. Take it.
That's pretty good.
All right, Faith. Here you go, Faith. There you go, Faith.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I don't know. Good question. Nick's got a question here. Dan says, so when they get drafted and signed, does that start their contract clock?
As far as
in 7 years they get to be free, or does their clock?
Oh yeah, no. They got that doesn't start their clock until they get to the major leagues. It does start their clock for Rule 5. They have so many years before they got to be on the 40-man roster. I think it's 5 years. They've got to be 4 or 5 years. They've got to be on the 40. Yeah. Let me go put this plate away so they don't. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Giants got lucky with Kane and Bumgarner. He got both of those guys out of high school. So, not to say it can never be done. You just got to be really careful. Giants at that time had a pretty good scouting, with Pedro and all. So, he was pretty good. Wait, hold on. No, Lincecum. No, he went to college, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Lincecum went to college. Here we go. Diamondbacks are on the clock. Let's see what they do here. They've been doing pretty well with their picks these last few years, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, University of Washington. That's what I thought. Yep. You know why? Because Robert, all he cares about is he cares about the veterans. He doesn't care about the young guys. All right, here we go. Here comes Manfred.
All right.
Tommy Troy from Stanford goes to Arizona.
Oh, I was going to say I could see them going for an infielder with, I thought maybe with some power or something, because they got so many speed outfielders.
Yep. Wow.
Well,
another speedy guy, huh?
Yeah. Interesting that
oh, he's out of Los Gatos. 21 years old, 5'10", 197, stocky kid. Yeah, that is a good pick.
Yeah, he'll be. They've also got the shortstop that should be up in a year or two, which is interesting. They've got they had him as a number 17 prospect on MLB.com. They've got this, I think it's Jordan Lawler that Arizona has.
Oh, yeah, he's the next big thing ready to come up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hiroku, yeah, Lincecum, once he hurt his hip, yeah, everything, he was done at that point because everything was driving from his legs. And once he lost that, yeah, he wasn't the same, unfortunately. But he was great, though, at the height of his powers. Man.
He was great for about 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3?
08, 09, he won the Cy Young. 10,
Yeah.
he started to tail off a little bit, but he was still pretty good. And
no,
then,
10, he was still pretty good, wasn't he? During that stretch. I mean, he had that 1 month that he was bad, but then in September, he was lights out. And then in the postseason, he was just money.
10, yeah. He had a couple no-hitters afterwards.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Nico Horner's from Stanford. Wow. He's with the Cubs.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Stanford kid. Huh.
Stanford's got some ball players. Cal Quantrill. Let me see what they're saying here. Yeah, talking about their surplus of outfielders.
Yeah. Arizona's going to be a good spot for him because it's a young team. So, man, they're going to – wow.
I bet you they were hoping the Giants would get him.
Yeah, being local with the school and all.
I think the Giants would have taken him. Maybe.
Yeah, wasn't he one of the predictions they were talking about? Maybe the Giants.
And he's from the Bay Area.
Yeah. So, is there any player that has not been picked or all the top ones going where they're supposed to be going for the most part?
Well,
they don't have. I don't see a board here. I need to have a board. That would be a lot.
They're
better.
going in the range.
Yeah. But no one's fallen off.
Did the kid from Mississippi State get drafted yet? The shortstop?
No.
He's falling off then. He was supposed to go in the top 6.
Wow.
Now, if he's there, they may grab him, the Giants.
Why do you think he's fallen, you think?
No idea without listening.
Oh, wait, hold on. What do we got going on? What am I missing? Oh, Matt Shaw.
13?
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
Damn, that was quick. Matt Shaw. Another shortstop.
Red Sox are on the board, 14. Hold
Yep.
on here. I gotta look this up here. I'm too casual right now. I'm just laying back here. I gotta look on my phone. That's shortstop from let me see.
You know what? I tell you one thing. I'm not happy. Will brings up a point here. He says Giants will draft a player that's not high on the draft board. This is why they usually don't get rated high on the farm system ratings. They went with that. Remember the first pick? They went with Reggie Crawford. I don't think that should have been your first round pick.
Well, he was. I mean, he was rated low because of his injury, but he was a first round early draft. He could be a steal because they picked him up. They thought he might be without his having Tommy John, he would have been a top 10 pick.
Yeah, okay. Don't you think they could have got him later? Well, maybe not.
Okay, the shortstop that Jacob. No, who is the one that is out of Mississippi State? Where is he? Trying to find him. Oh, this just giving me the draft. I lost I wanted the. Let me go look at MLB mock drafts. I'm looking at ESPN's. Let's do the draft here.
Mokana, it's going to be number 16. So we're getting there.
23 MLB mock draft. Remember, I read to you a bunch of them the other day, and they were all
interesting, Cameron. He says they drafted Crawford so they could have the money to draft Wisenhunt. No problem, Morikatna.
Okay, Jacob Gonzalez. He's the shortstop. Yeah. He has been a consensus top 5 player in the draft. So he's interesting. A 3-year stand at Ole Miss, 2-time member of the collegiate national team, hit .319 with 40 home runs over his career and 158 RBIs. Interesting. He's the guy that's fallen. You haven't seen his name, Jacob Gonzalez?
Nope, have not seen him.
Okay, he was 5 with Bleacher Report. The Athletic had
all right, senior's going out here on the limb here. He's saying Giants will draft Colin Houck.
I think they go for this Gonzalez if he's on the board, or Bradfield. They're going to get one of those two guys.
I haven't heard of Colin Houck
unless they get picked in the next two selections. Now I want the mock draft stuff, not okay. Because all the stuff's coming up now. Who's getting drafted? Okay. CBS Sports, they had that Max Clark at 4. Okay, Kyle Teal, he's been up there. Braden Taylor. Brett Lauder, Blake Mitchell, we've seen these guys. Dolander, Jacob Wilson, we've seen him. Colin Houck is a shortstop from a high school shortstop.
That's what senior's going. He's
once you get outside the top few picks, matching players and teams is roughly 95% guesswork, 5%. D-backs have been in on Houck heavily. He has a big power and has played both baseball and football in high school. And the thinking is he will really blossom as a ball player once he focuses on the diamond full time. What happened to the kid Gonzalez? Matt Shaw, they had going to the Giants, CBS Sports. Oh, Jacob Gonzalez, 18, the Brewers. So he's up there from 5 to 18 so far. Sporting News mock draft had the first 3-4 guys all right. And Max Clark, he was right up there, top 5.
Oh, good point here. Ozzy's asking about are foreign players eligible for MLB? I know
they have their own international draft.
Yeah, I know they're trying to figure something out.
Okay, Gonzalez was 10th to Miami from Sporting News.
Oh, here we go. Boston.
Let me hear this.
All right.
He gets booed every time he comes out.
I know.
There he is, Kyle Teal, catcher. So the Giants are going to either have their shot at the kid from Mississippi State, Gonzalez, who was projected as high as 5th in some mock drafts.
Wow, he's fallen. We're getting under 15 now.
But some had him as low as 18.
Oh, okay.
But this next pick is 15. Who's the next pick?
White Sox.
White Sox.
Yep.
All right. So we got Enrique Bradfield and Did I say Enrique again?
You did.
Enrique.
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 That
Okay,
reminds me of, I don't know, have you ever seen that Christmas movie with Tim Allen? Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh yeah.
He says Enrique in that one. That's
Yeah.
just funny as hell, man.
Hey, has the kid Arhan Nimala been picked yet? The shortstop?
No.
He was projected.
Isn't that kid from India or something?
I don't know.
I can't remember
where he's from.
I think he's Indian
Oh,
descent.
interesting. Sporting News had Chase Dollander, right-handed pitcher from Tennessee, mocked to go to Colorado, and he did.
Wow.
And then they had Jacob Gonzalez next to Miami. The kid Braden Taylor, has he been picked? Third baseman from TCU?
No.
Okay, when you get in this range, it's going to be. See, I just think the Giants don't have any speed. I mean, it'll be interesting what they. There's that kid. There's the third baseman for Wake Forest, Brock Wilken. He's projected 22 to the Mariners. He hit like 30 plus homers. Nolan Chanal, he was 23rd, but he already went. He
went. Now Will Martinez is saying Ty Floyd. So Senior is saying Colin Houck. Will Martinez is saying Ty Floyd. I'm
sticking with Enrique. Enrique.
San Francisco Giants have selected Enrique.
Okay. Watch him get picked one before the White Sox. Let's see. Let me look at some other mock drafts here. Mock draft from
good point,
Fox
Cameron.
Sports.
He says Farhan doesn't care about speed. He's from that Oakland regime.
Jacob Wilson was picked 6th by Fox Sports to go to the A's, and he did.
Yep.
Jacob Gonzalez was 5th. Okay, you go ahead and announce this pick here since you're
Jacob Gonzalez.
There he is.
Chicago.
Okay. That's the pick that he should. Let me see what they're going to say about him.
Here we go. I want to see the shot of the Giants war room here. They should show that here shortly. So there, Jacob Gonzalez finally goes. He's a big kid. Wow, he plays shortstop? Wow. 6'2", 200 pounds. From Glendora, California.
Saying one of the favorite players in the draft here. Yeah, this kid's big. Well, left-handed hitter. Wow.
Yeah, he's a big kid for a shortstop.
Reminds me of Corey Seager. He looks like his swing.
Oh, the swing. Yeah, it does.
Wow. Glendora. Let's see what they're. Oh, they got Jim Callis. Let me see what. I'm surprised he went. I mean, the Giants. I bet you the Giants were looking at him. He kind of could have replaced Crawford. Like, solid floor, but what's his ceiling? O'Dowd just asked. And not sure if he is a shortstop. We'll see. All right. Who's doing this pick?
So what do you got? You're saying Enrique?
Yeah, but who's going to announce it?
What do you mean? I don't. Go ahead. You don't announce it. I don't care.
Let me see if I can get ahead. Let me see if I can get ahead on my phone here.
No, I won't say nothing. I'll let you get it.
Let me see if I can get my phone to get caught up with you. Come on, give me. We're on the clock. Come on. I can go on to the MLB app on my phone and it might
just call him Ricky.
Oh, come on. My phone's acting up. Maybe because it's like, look at that. It's circling socks. See it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, maybe because my TV's on the same channel. I'm trying to get Jacob Gonzalez. Okay, so who we got here? Why can't I get sound? Come on. Give me.
Let's see who we got here.
Now
They haven't showed the War Room yet.
How do I get it onto TV? Matt Shaw showing him.
Wait, did they just said the? Huh? Did I miss it?
No.
Who the hell are they talking to?
Matt Shaw.
Oh, gotcha.
Cubs pick. See if they show the Giants War Room here.
They should.
All right, who's going to be? Come on. Let's see. Where is my I can't get it live for some reason on my
So you got Enrique. Senior has got Colin and Will. What is it? I think it was Tyler or something like that. Some guy.
What do we got?
Let's see what happens.
All right, I can't
You're
see.
still talking to the Shaw kid.
Yeah. I don't know why my app won't work on my phone. Gosh, they're talking to him for a long time.
Yeah, they are. All right, here we go. Come on.
Is he coming up or?
No, they just got the Giants logos going up on the back screen there.
I'm still seeing Shaw. Okay, here we go. All right, Giants logo. This stupid
Come
thing.
on, let's go. Mario saying Eldridge.
Oh, that's a two-way player.
Look at the draft room. There's Farhan.
Let me see here.
He's got a boiler, man.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Let me see. Oh my god, there's Romo.
Ha.
There's Pete Petulia. There's Kyle Haynes. 11. Farhan's up walking around. Oh, he
Bryce
does got a boiler.
Eldridge, the two-way player.
They
Come
didn't.
on, they did.
Oh, crud.
Come on, man.
Oh, gosh.
Come on, man.
Let me see what they got to say about him.
Whatever. 6'7".
His delivery looks horrible.
It does.
It looks like jelly.
Oh my god, man.
He can't pitch.
Oh my god, man. Well, so much for Enrique.
Let me listen what they got to say about him.
Oh my god, man. What in the hell is going on, man? Jeez. Two years in a row, they get a two-way player.
I want to hear what they have to say about what the scouts have to say about not the announcers. I want to hear what the real baseball people, Callis and O'Dowd.
Jeez. He went to commercial. They're not even talking to him right now. It's funny. Fangraphs picked this kid to go to the Giants.
Yeah, it's so typical.
Come on, man.
You got a chance. Watch Enrique Bradfield become a all-star guy that, kind of like he reminded me of the outfielder with the Braves, the speedster, Riley Green in center field with Detroit. You got all these speedsters, and the Giants go with another pitcher and a first baseman. Can he hit?
Exactly. Hit 10. This is what I'm talking about. This is someone they probably could have got later in the draft. No one's going to get this guy. Just like you said, that motion looked horrible.
It did.
He could get away with it because he's 18 years old at 6'7". He could get away with that against high school pitchers or hitters. It's not going to translate.
That's a very slow delivery that you could steal bases on easily. I just don't know if, I saw only a little short highlight, so I don't know what that is going to translate into.
Los.
What did he say?
Mix in a salad, Fathan. Yeah, you saw the boiler too, didn't you? As soon as I saw him get up and turn, I was like, man, that guy's got a boiler.
He's a little stressed, been eating a lot lately. What did I do with?
Jeez.
What did I do with my glass? Gosh darn it!
Unbelievable.
I wanted a guy that could come in and play like in a year or two.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna.
This kid's 4 years away.
And it's not, and they need a position player, don't they?
Well, look at their outfield.
Major league boiler. This is.
Hold on here. What the heck did I do with my glasses?
They're in commercial, so
they're
I
on top of my head, of course.
Golly.
I'm looking all over for them. All right, yeah, they're in a commercial.
Here it comes now.
I guess he doesn't believe in speed, as Ted says. You know. Habs Rule says, I love the pick. Does anyone know what he will get so I can order a jersey? Laughing out loud. Senior softball says the dude is a stud. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. Well, let's hear what they have to say. I haven't seen enough.
I haven't seen nothing. And look, they're not even talking about it no more. It's over. Now they're right into what the Baltimore
All-Star events. They made he was at home with his family.
They're just talking about Baltimore now. They're not even talking about what this kid can and can't do. It was quick. It was a little blurb.
Nothing?
Nope.
Orioles.
Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love this pick.
The Baltimore Orioles select
You're going to love it.
The Orioles know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The Orioles know what they're doing. Look at this. Look at all the highlights of this kid. Absolutely changes the game, they said. Elite defend. Look at that. His routes, angles.
Kenny Lofton is his player comp.
That's what I said.
Yep. I thought more Willie McGee, but yeah, I guess he could be Kenny Lofton. Oh my!
60 hit, 40 power, field 70, run 80. 60 hit. That's high. That means he can hit.
Yeah, he could get on base. Yeah.
Okay.
That's horrible, man.
Very impactful play.
I love it. Hiroki, I just read that Eldridge tore it up as a 10-year-old versus Little Leaguers. Oh, my gosh, man.
What'd I tell you? They blow. I'm so ticked. They had a chance. You know what? We'll take this cut for this. Put it out. All right. Giants had a chance, Eric. to draft a player who's a difference maker in Enrique Bradfield.
Yep.
Guy was a bona fide speedster, scored 80 on the speed chart. 80, that's tops.
That's the tops. Yep.
He's 60 on the hit. That's above average hitter.
Correct.
Defensively, he's like
70.
70. You just passed up on your center fielder of the future who could play out there in big park in Oracle Park. You've also got a big park in Colorado within your division where you're going to go 6 or 7 times a year. You've got other big park. Arizona's a pretty good sized park. The whole division's got big parks. What the heck are they doing drafting another high school pitcher who may or may not make it? Bradfield's a sure thing.
Yeah.
He's a sure thing. Yep. And you just passed up on him, and you have no speed in the organization. Zilch, zip, nada, none. And they constantly just go after slow guys. The kid may be good, all right? I'm not going to say anything, but you passed up on the kid. He fell right into your lap. And then what does the Baltimore Orioles do at the very next pick? They picked the kid who they know is going to help them. And what team has the most top players in top 100 in baseball right now?
Baltimore.
8.
Yeah.
How many do the Giants have? 2. 8-2. Come on, Farhan. You got to know how to draft players that fit your ballpark, that have speed, that can. Who's your leadoff hitter? You haven't had a true leadoff hitter since when? And then you got Wilmer Flores. You stick him in Jock Peterson in the number 2 slot. Come on, get some athletic people up at the top of the order. I'm just flabbergasted at this pick that the fact that they passed on Enrique Bradfield, a consensus top pick. Many people had him going in the top 9, 10, 11 in that range. He falls to 16. You let him go. And then the next pick, the Orioles are just going, oh, yeah. Yeah, look at this. Unbelievable. You watch. Enrique Bradfield will be a player for over 10 years. He's going to lead the league in stolen bases. But no, we don't want that. Giants couldn't have anybody that can actually steal bases. They got Tyro Estrada that can steal bases. That's it. Slater can when he's healthy, but he's not healthy. They just constantly go the route of unconventional. You just drafted a 2-way player last year in Reggie Crawford.
Yep.
What are you going to do? You're going to have your whole pitching staff play on the infield or the outfield when they're not pitching? My goodness. I'm just like, the question was Bradfield going to be there for him? And he was, and they let him go. Giants pick a guy that's 4 years away. And the thing about a pitcher is you never know if they're really going to make it or not. Gosh, I'm sorry.
I hear you, though. I hear you. I mean, it's just, it doesn't. Oh, man. I'm tired of these weird you're thinking you're doing something with a 2-way. And.
Well, he's 4 or 5 years away.
I'd missed the Hoosier Brewers pick.
Wilkin. Brock Wilkin, the power hitting third baseman from Wake Forest.
Oh, that's a big dude.
Yeah, that guy's a masher. Giants should have either went for a college speedster in Bradfield or a guy with power. Okay? They got enough of these middle infielders that they've been drafting. This kid can mash. He does have a high strikeout rate, but he fits the Brewers mold for sure. Yep. I tell you,
Nick J said some dude on ESPN said Eldridge can hit 35 to 40 home runs a year if he's only a hitter.
Well, we'll see.
They didn't show much of him in the clips
Yeah.
that they had. I don't know
I didn't
what
see
else.
any clips.
The only thing I saw was this little bit of I think I saw one swing and a couple of deliveries from the mound. And
I saw a couple deliveries from the mound. I didn't see a fastball. I saw a couple of off-speed pitches, and maybe he was ranked 23rd on MLB.com, so they picked him up a little early. I'm going to go back, rewind this. It's not letting me rewind.
unbelievable.
Gosh. Yeah. I'm going to read. Let me see if I can read something about this pick. See what they're saying on it.
What was his first name again?
The kid that the Giants drafted?
Yeah.
Enrique. Enrique. I don't remember. What was his name?
What was his damn first name, chat? Something Eldridge.
Brian?
I don't know.
Was it Brian? Brian Eldridge?
I don't know. What was his name, chat? I'm gonna have to take a gander too to see what else.
All right, here we. Jeez.
Bryce Eldridge.
Bryce. Oh, they missed out on Bryce Harper, and now, so they got Bryce Johnson and Bryce Eldridge now.
Let's see.
Let's see where this kid was projected.
They call him the American Ohtani. Oh, there we go. Now I get it.
Bleacher Report had him going to the Giants. Eldridge is the best two-way player in this draft with a powerful 6'7", 223-pound frame that delivers mid-90s fastballs. If he's throwing mid-90s now, he could probably get it close to 100 with some development and, access to some of these pitching places. On the mound, and some of the best raw power in the 23 class in the batter's box. He has expressed interest in remaining a two-way player, though most prefer him as a hitter. Interesting. The Giants are a frequent hypothetical landing spot due in part to their selection of UConn's two-way player, Reggie Crawford. Wow. Let me see what live updates, CBS Sports. Eldridge is a tantalizing two-way prospect. Who predicted Eldridge? Was it Senior?
Who's that?
Who predicted?
No one predicted Eldridge.
I thought Senior did.
No, Senior said Colin Houck.
Oh, I thought somebody said Eldridge. This is what the CBS report is. Oh, let's see. Who are they talking about here? Are they talking?
Years now. Well, Harold's been haunting me for years about Randy Arozarena. All right, so we just saw Brock Wilkin, a power back.
They never talked about. They skipped over.
I'm not even.
Is both a fastball that can get in the mid-90s and budding secondaries. As a hitter, he has a big-time power potential from the left side. Oh, he bats left-handed.
Yeah.
The Giants are one of the few teams who seem likely to give Eldridge a fair chance of doing both, given how they handled last year's round. Okay, same thing. They gave him a B. Bradfield was the most polarizing position player in the class. Here's the write-up on him. He's an elite level defender and base runner, but scouts have major reservations about his bat, specifically his power. The fear is that his contact and on-base chops won't play against big league pitching unless he's able to burn their mistakes. Bradfield elicited comparisons to current Guardians center fielder Miles Straw. As a result, it was thought that he could go within the top 10 picks. Fetching him at number 17 seems like an okay time to take the gamble. Interesting. CBS Sports will have them. Oh, okay. And the number 17 pick, other people said, there you go. The Orioles get the best leadoff hitter in the draft class. Bradfield was our number 9 draft prospect. Bandy speedster Enrique Bradfield Jr. is still available. He's the best leadoff hitter in the draft class and was connected to teams as early as the number 11, 12 range. Someone will get a steal with him. That's what some of the commentators were saying. Here's one with they announced him as a two-way player too. Number 16, neat. Eldridge is considered a better prospect as a hitter. Has massive lefty power, but he's legit on the mound too. Said he wants to pitch and hit as long as possible too, and it seems like the Giants will let him. Eldridge was our number 24 draft prospect. At the risk of jinxing it, we're making good time here. Last year, they were still announcing picks at midnight. I guess the pitch clock has been such a big success that they've decided to speed up the draft too. This is some guy named Mike. Okay, so I'm okay. This is different grades. Okay, so Braden Taylor, shortstop TCU, goes to Tampa Bay. Let's see. Let's see what this Kylie McDaniel, who he picked for ESPN, he had the Giants. Oh, he had him picking Bradfield. Okay. He had him picking Bradfield. Where did he have the kid, the two-way kid, going? 25 to the Padres. Okay. Yeah, yikes. Well,
Not very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be wrong.
Yeah, he could be. He could be good. I just think the Giants don't ever get. Maybe they're projecting Von Brown there. You know, maybe they think Von Brown's the more polished center fielder with power and speed, and they think Von Brown will be their everyday center fielder for the next 7-8 years. And if that's the case, I'm okay with that because Von Brown should be ready to play next year.
His ETA, his ETA is going to at least be 4 years, probably at least.
Oh yeah. 18.
Hell, that Rainer Arias or whoever they picked up from the international, he'll probably make it before he does.
Yeah, who knows? Gatorade Virginia Baseball Player of the Year. I mean, how many guys come out of Virginia?
Couldn't tell you.
He had a 1.06 ERA with 66 strikeouts and 39 2/3 innings. At the plate, he hit .422 with 8 home runs, .649 on base percentage, and a 1,700 OPS. He was the first player from James Madison High to win the award. At the plate, where he bats left-handed, has a shorter swing than you might expect for a 6'7", 223-pound frame.
Eric L. Farhan answering the Ohtani question early. Why get Ohtani when we got our own, right?
Yeah, there you go. The University of Alabama commit has considerable raw power as well as the ability to make solid contact at the plate. Eldridge profiles as an average defensive first baseman thanks to soft hands and mobility around the first base bag. If he does have to move to right field, eventually he could fit well with his strong throwing arm. And what an arm it is. A right-handed pitcher, Eldridge reaches 95 to 96 with his fastball. Both that pitch and his slider in the low 80s received an above-average grade from MLB Pipeline. Eldridge's changeup earned an average grade, but it has the potential to be another useful pitch for the big righty, who is part of the USA's baseball gold medal winning team at the WBSC U18 Baseball World Cup last summer as both a hitter and a pitcher. Eldridge was named the tournament MVP. Oh, that's not bad. As with most two-way prospects. There will be debate about whether Eldridge's future lies on the mound or in the batter's box. During the high school schooler's senior season, it looked like the industry was leaning more toward him as a hitter, but Eldridge has the talent to reward teams no matter how they choose to deploy him. Well, maybe he becomes, Oh, there's that kid, Arujun Namala, 20th pick, Blue Jays. Oh, yeah, he is the kid from India, it looks like.
He's of Indian descent, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like it's Strawberry Crest High School in Florida. Oh.
Los. The Giants hate speed, I tell you. Thumbs down.
No. They don't like speed. Unless they're planning on Von Brown and Ramos. I don't know. I'm just looking here at some other.
I like what Ted says. He's not against two-way players, but it's when you have to reach for them. That's the issue he has.
Yeah. JustBaseball.com. Their mock draft, they had, I haven't seen Chase Davis' name come up yet. They had him mocking him at number 6. Wow, the Rockies, there's another one that had Chase Dolander going to the Rockies. Let's see.
Flydall could have made a better pick.
Colin Houck was projected to go by Just Baseball to the Orioles at 17. They had Jacob Wilson going to the Giants at 16. Bryce Eldridge was projected to go to 21 to the Cardinals. Unlike the average, Eldridge will likely get a chance to do both at the professional, boasting plus raw power at the plate and a fastball that can get to 96. 6'7", Eldridge can get a bit long to the ball and comes with some swing and miss concerns. But his intrigue on both sides of the ball should entice a Cardinals organization that has seen plenty of success drafting from the prep ranks.
Oh, good point. This guy's actually got a Brian Sabian question. He's a Yankee fan. Watching the draft, what kind of effect will Brian Sabian bring to the franchise? His most of his career was being a scout, right? Dan?
Yeah. Did you see that?
He's got the eye.
Did you see the St. Louis?
No, I didn't.
They just full place. Giants had it empty. St. Louis had like 30 people in there.
Yeah, Giants had about 5.
Yeah, it was pretty funny looking. It's pretty similar to
the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The last place in the National League, Colorado Rockies.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're gonna as a Yankee fan, I think you'll like what Brian Sabian brings to the organization. I mean, he's got an eye for the talent. He's not a big, he's not full on analytics. I'm sure he probably uses it in some of the stuff, but yeah, he's got the eye.
I'm listening to Callis and no doubt.
Yeah, I saw that, Mark. Yeah, they fired their hitting coach. Interesting. I wonder if Bam Bam's going to be their full-time hitting coach now. I think he was their assistant, right?
Oh, they're bringing us the first 70 picks. Do you know where the Giants fall? They got 2 more.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where else they fall. Yeah.
Oh, they got Chase Davis, the outfielder. He was projected to go 6 by some. Wow.
And who was that got him? St. Louis, you said?
Yeah. Let me hear what they got to say.
All right. Veal. I think I can't remember what's the first name there, Dan, real quick? The hitting coach for the Giants. I know his last name's Veal.
Harold Reynolds says he loves this kid, that he's got the best swing in the entire draft.
No, Bam Bam is with New York, if I'm not mistaken. Almost positive. He was last year. Maybe this year he changed.
Oh, wow. This Chase Davis looks like a ball player. Wow.
MF says the Giants are in 52nd and 69th. Those are going to be their next two.
What are they?
52nd and 69th.
Okay, so we'll get their next I don't know if we'll hang for all those. They're only on 22 now.
Yeah,
wow,
I'm not gonna hang that long.
This kid looks like a ball player. He looks like he's from Arizona. Oh, Arizona Wildcats. Wow. How did he last that long? Harold Reynolds loves him.
Is he an infielder?
Outfielder.
Outfielder.
Personality off the charts. That swing is beautiful. What they're asking why he got dropped. 21. Pandemic, they say, Jim Callis caused them to drop. Said Jordan Walker fell in the draft, and then this guy falls, and they grab him. Wow. Cardinals always get great guys. Wow, he hit 360 with 21 home runs last year for Arizona, University of Arizona. Why wouldn't you take a guy like that? He looks like a real player, ready in a year or two. Gosh. Lefty. Wow. Oh, they got the coach of University of Arizona on talking. Oh, look at that. They drafted Logan Gilbert, number 1 on 2018, the guy that shut out the Giants the other night.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah, they're up next. They didn't talk anything about the Giants.
No, they didn't. It was like a quick clip and they were gone. If you rewind it all the way back to when they did the pick, you should be able to see it. It's like it was just a quick clip and it was done.
I saw it. Yeah.
It showed like one swing and like a couple of pitches and then it was over.
Ooh. Hey, my battery's going low. Hold on. Let me go get a outlet here for it. I might fall off the screen before I get plugged in. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, no kidding. Chase Davis was from Elk Grove.
That's ridiculous. They could have had a local guy. Jeez.
ESPN. We're watching the MLB Network, Mark, and they're doing pretty good coverage. You know, they're having some. You know, they'll show some decent clips of the player. Kind of, and then the panel will talk about him, but they didn't do nothing. They picked. They said, "Oh yeah, he might be another two-way player." They showed a couple of clips of him pitching, one swinging, and then they went to commercial. And when they came back, it was already into the Baltimore pick. Oh man, you mean the 5 people that were in the room? Yeah. Oh, ESPN talked about him quite a bit, huh? Interesting. Maybe it just didn't follow within their TV break, I guess. Maybe that's why they were able to do more. But yeah, MLB Network didn't do shit about that pick. Brother. I don't know.
I'm telling you, the kid.
And, you know, and in high school, but here's the deal. In high school, isn't all the stars in high school are both good hitters and good pitchers? I mean, in high school, that seems to be the norm. Your star is the best pitcher and the best hitter. And then when I get into college, and then it's you know, it gets a bit different. Everybody's a two-way player in high school. I mean, at least your stars. And then reality sets in once you get into college and further. So I don't know, man.
You know, after watching this, I gotta believe that. Hey, look at that! That just popped up on the screen. Google Chrome. Dan and Eric talking. Recommended or something. I don't know what the heck that was.
The hell's that?
Yeah, I just closed it. I should have read it closer. I was like, "What that pop up for?" But I would have loved to seen the kid Davis. When I didn't study him much. I wasn't seeing him. I did see one mock draft that had him going to the A's at 6. The guy hit 21 home runs and hit 360 in the Pac-12. That's tough. And his swing was beautiful. Did you see it?
You know, I've already turned it off. Once that pick was after the Baltimore pick, that's when I turned it off.
Well, Harold Reynolds said this was the best swing in the draft. And when I looked at it, it was like, man, that's a nice looking swing.
You got the especial there, Ted?
Will Martinez, the Giants war room looked like table 6 in The Wedding Singer. It was pretty funny. Huge room. And
did you see the boiler on Farhan?
Yeah.
I mean, that thing was huge, dude. That thing, that's going to be the talk of the draft. Who gives a shit about the pick? I mean, that sounds bad, but I mean, it just sounds pretty underwhelming. That's just me.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but man,
Mario says ESPN talked about him quite a bit. Who are they talking about? Is he talking about?
Talking about the Bryce Elgin, because I said it with MLB, they didn't do nothing with him. But I guess ESPN talked him up. But I was like,
I'll have to go back because I'd love to hear. I wonder if I can rewind it. I can't because I'm not live. Shoot, maybe I can pick it up on.
AB, what I mean by boiler is Farhan's got a pretty big stomach. There we go. How's that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can go back to ESPN. Doggone it. Yeah, I'll go to ESPN and then MLB will interview him. That's what'll happen.
Oh, man. But yeah, I was surprised. I mean, because MLB, they were doing a pretty good job, you know, highlighting each player as they were picked. And like I said, maybe it just fell within that TV break, so they couldn't do anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can get over to it probably did fall right into the TV break.
And then when they came back, they were already into Baltimore, so I don't know.
Yeah. There's some good players coming out. Baseball's getting more and more they're getting better. Just overall better talent starting to come up. Let me go popular apps. Let's see what we got here. I wish I could get that back.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't want that app. Let me go back to here. Okay, we'll do this.
I'm guessing, Mark, you're talking about the ESPN one? Because very little of the draft prospect or the prospects were interviewed live because most of them were at home.
Let me see if I can get back to ESPN here. Problem is, once I started, I
Okay,
can't.
I want an honest assessment from the chat. How many people would have chosen Bryce Eldridge, and how many people would have chosen somebody else? With the available players that were left available for in the draft, who else would you have picked if you did not like the Bryce Eldridge pick?
Oh, maybe I can go back. Let me see. Maybe I can go back. Hold on.
Like Jacob Gonzalez, a shortstop from the University of Mississippi.
All right, let's see what they do with. I'm able to go back. And I'm
Got a
gonna do-
couple of people who like Enrique. We got Ted who likes the guy.
Hold on,
Davis.
I'm gonna listen to see what they say. Here's when they.
The San
Okay.
Francisco Giants.
Doggone it! I hit the wrong button. Shoot.
Chase Davis, another one with Chase Davis.
They were announcing it, and I hit the wrong dang thing. Chase Davis, I'm telling you, that was the guy that looked good. I mean, really like ready to. Okay, hold on.
Enrique is who I want. So
Let me hear what they're saying now. I'm going to listen.
Yeah,
You
go
ahead.
for it. Go for it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know enough about that Bryce Eldridge, but when I saw in Fangraphs a couple of days ago when they were talking about another two-way player, I'm just not a fan of that. You know, it does just because Ohtani can do it doesn't mean that, you know, we got other guys out there that have the same potential. You know, is it possible? Yeah, but I don't know. It seems more like a fad thing than a legitimate type of assessment. I don't know. From what from the clip that they showed him pitching, he didn't look like he had a very good motion in his pitch. Yeah, good. Yeah, he could throw hard. That's fine. But you're also throwing again. I mean, yeah, it's still mid 90s, which is really good. But you're also throwing against a bunch of high school kids. When you get to the major league pitchers, you know, or major league hitters, it's a whole different thing. Well, I guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to go. Actually, Jessica, I forget her last name on ESPN, who does the Sunday Night Baseball. She did a interview pre-draft with him, so they got a pretty good special on the kid. So, first guy that talked said he loved the pick. So, guess the guy.
Who's the guy? Who was saying that?
I don't know who it was. They didn't show his face. I couldn't tell who was talking.
Glass Half Full has a super chat said, just ask my dad who doesn't even watch sports and he expects Eldridge to be up in the big leagues in 18 months, Dan.
18 months? That would shock me. Let me see. Yeah, ESPN did a nice. I'm gonna go back to listening to it, and I'll come back here in a couple of minutes. Be a couple minutes.
All right. Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to say, AB. When you're in high school, your best player is usually the best pitcher and the best hitter. It seems to always be that way with high school. Once you get into higher, once you get into college and you start getting, if you're going to get drafted by an MLB team, It's a whole different situation. Just because you could do it in high school doesn't translate. Not always. Yep, that's true. We're all just making observations from, again, it's just from, it's an eye test thing. That's all it is, Mark. We don't know. We haven't seen these guys play a whole season or anything like that. So we absolutely have no idea what these guys, but just by looking at what the limited amount of clips that they showed, I don't know. If you looked at him compared to some of the other picks, it just, I thought they could do better. The only thing is this is the first round. You know what I'm saying? This is where you want your, this is, if anything, this is where your pick, you want to see your pick do well. You got the, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. Yes, we'll see. Time will tell. Yeah, agreed, Ted. Ohtani is special. That's why they call him a unicorn. You don't see that. It's few and far between when you see a player with that type of talent come through. So we're watching history, actually, and to sit there and make it seem like that can happen, that just happens in every draft, it doesn't. Yeah, he's going to be a ways away. That's what I was thinking too, Joshua. He's probably about 4 or 5 years away. Where are we at here? In Tuscany. If only we could have traded up. Not till 52, Ted. I think 52 is the next pick for the Giants. Here's a question. Where do you think this guy projects more, as a pitcher or as a hitter? What do you think? No problem, Ted. Do you think he projects to be a pitcher or a hitter? Because we were talking before that the Giants don't need any pitching. That we're pretty stocked pretty good with pitching for quite a while, from what it seems like. So, do you guys think he's going to project as a hitter or more of a pitcher? Or do you think he's going to be both? You think he's going to be an Ohtani? How many people think he's going to be Ohtani? Can we package the 2 Ohtani wannabes for an actual Ohtani? That's pretty good. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I think Senior even talked about it too, and I agree. I think they're pretty well stocked with the pitching. I don't think they needed a pitcher. Oh, interesting, Mark. Good point. Yeah. I think the Ohtani, like I said, it's before Ohtani, you never heard about this. You never heard of two-way players. You're like, come on, really? Everyone talks about Babe Ruth and everything, but Ohtani was special, and that's not something that just happens every draft. You can't sit there and go, every draft, that guy's going to be a two-way player. It's all hyperbole, talking up the prospects and, trying to make them look good, but come on. Dan's fine. He's just he's listening to what the people are saying about the newest Giants pick in what was his name? Bryce Eldridge. Yeah, more of a hitter. That's what it seems like. More of a hitter. Dan doing a freeze challenge. Hey, Ted, who pitched for Richmond today? I didn't get a chance to look yet. I mean, I guess I could look, but just see what's going on here. After the first 5 picks, there's a significant drop in talent. Okay, fair enough, Will. That makes sense. Yeah, Crawford will be the pitcher, and maybe this guy will be the hitter. Oh, Wynn pitched for Sacramento, huh? Got lit up. It happens, though. I know one thing. He may have a devastating split, but I think he's got to get more command of that. It needs to be lower in the zone. A lot of times he hangs that.
Wow. Interesting conversation or talk about each player. I heard when they talked about kid Bryce Eldridge, a lot of upside, I guess. One of the big things forgetting his first name, Salvador Perez said he looks like at that yard, 35 home runs, in a lot of balls going out into the cove with him. He's a 6'7" hitter with a short swing.
Okay, see, that's different. If you got a short swing, usually 6'7" guys don't have short swings.
That's what he's saying. It says it's kind of rare.
Interesting.
So he's got a short swing, and so the fact that he can get that swing, that ball turned, that's pretty good. Then they talked about Bradfield the next pick, and saying that he's maybe the most exciting player. And they're still showing him. They've been going on and on about Bradfield.
Who? Oh, Bradfield.
ESPN. They're interviewing him too, Jessica Mendoza. Saying might be the most exciting player in the last 3 years.
So I asked
the draft.
I asked the chat, Dan, what do people project to be for this Eldridge to be? More of a hitter or a pitcher? And Will Martinez made a good point. He thinks that Crawford's going to be the pitcher out of the two-way player.
Yeah,
and that Eldridge will be the hitter out of the two-way players.
I agree. I think Eldridge has probably more of a chance of being a two-way player than Crawford, though.
Yeah, from what they show with the pitching, okay, he could throw hard. That's fine, but that's not what pitching's all about either.
Right. But he does have, at 18 throwing 95, 96, he can get that. He can increase that. They could work on that. He definitely wants to be a two-way player. Ohtani has really influenced him a ton.
But here's the thing, and I say this. So ever since Ohtani, now every draft is, who's going to be the two-way player? That doesn't happen. Just because Ohtani's doing it doesn't mean that,
somebody will someday, though.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. I'm not saying that will never happen, but everyone thinks it happens every year.
Right.
Just like the Giants. And someone else, I can't remember who said it. Someone said, can we trade the two possible Ohtanis for the real Ohtani? Something like that. That was pretty good.
That would be interesting. Trade him at the here in the get him signed, and you got to get him signed first,
and
then you can trade him. I think once you sign him, you can trade him because he's now a professional.
Yeah, that might be a part of the story, Ted. Good point. Maybe they're desperate to have an American two-way player. But that's just
I don't know. Yeah, the kid Bradfield just seemed like really.
Yes, MF. This is going to be a great question to ask Ned when he comes on, asking about this pick that the Giants got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This Bradfield kid was what I liked about him and the fact that the Orioles got him is they're really good at developing Baltimore. One of my really good friends' son is one of the hitting instructors in the Orioles minor league system. So,
nice.
Yeah, he'll definitely. I'll get some reports on him on Bradfield, but he was 130 for 143 in stolen bases in college. 130 out of 143. Pretty good. Boy, this kid.
Oh, go ahead.
That kid from Wake Forest, the third baseman, looked pretty good with power. Brock Wilken. I'll have to speed it up and see what pick they're on here. Oh.
Hey, senior, wasn't Buster Posey? Wasn't he a pitcher in college and then eventually he transferred
shortstop? He was a shortstop.
But I think he was a pitcher too. Wasn't he their closer? I think he was their closer.
No, I don't think.
I thought that's what he said. I know he was a shortstop, but I think he also pitched for his college team as well, and then transitioned into being a catcher.
Yeah. Wow. Casey Schmidt was a closer at San Diego State.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just, and I'm telling you, the reason why he probably transferred out of freaking Air Force Academy, he probably couldn't fit in a cockpit anywhere. So he's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go to LSU. That's a big dude. That's a big dude.
Yeah. That is a big guy. Oh, getting tired here. Let's see. What do we got here?
Yeah, I thought he was the closer. I could remember. I'm almost positive he had said that. So that's how it is, though, in collegiate and also high school. Is you see guys that they're not dedicated in one position for a period of time, and then when they get drafted, it's going to be whatever the team needs. And you either develop or you don't.
What pick are they on? Oh, they're on 26. Oh, here comes the Yankees pick.
Hey, Will Martinez.
I wonder if I'll see. I should go to the War Room. Darn, I should go back to the War Room and see Sabes.
Oh, that's right. If he's there. Yeah, I think Belt was a pitcher as well too. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, at Texas he did pitch.
So Will says, so the Giants fans on Facebook and Twitter are thrilled with the signing, while we're on here somewhat flabbergasted.
Let me hear who the Yankees pick is. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Doggone it! I hit the wrong button again. Dang it! Trying to hit the mute button. I'm not. I just missed it. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember he played a lot. Yeah, a whole bunch of different positions. But he didn't become a full-time catcher until he came. Now, when the Giants drafted him, what did they draft him as? That's what I don't remember. Yes, Logan. I think this was part of this is our version of Ohtani. Yep, 100%. This is the Farhan version of getting Ohtani. I would agree.
Seniors of Bloodlines once again, an 18-year-old infielder.
So over the summer, he was good, not great. A lot of skills, not really the tools yet. And then this spring, the tools showed up. He may not be a shortstop or in that sort of Namala area where if he really shapes it up and keeps all of his speed, he's got a chance to be a shortstop. But that's not what you're buying on. You're buying on a kid that can hit, that has power, that has proven it in games against good competition in South Florida. He's playing infield for sure. We talk about Walker Jenkins, 80 makeup. Everyone loves him. Longhart's the next guy on that list. Everybody loves him. His dad was a big leaguer, became a coach. He has been polished. His little brother's a freshman. We might be talking about him in a couple years. He's that good. It's going to be above average.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, there you go.
You there?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
Oh,
you had the audio going there for a while. I wasn't even paying attention. I was like,
oh gosh, I didn't realize that. I thought I had it on mute. My mic. Shoot. Hopefully that won't. How long was that going for?
Maybe a few seconds.
Okay, I thought my mic was muted. Yeah, the Yankees just picked a shortstop, George Lombard, high school.
So the slot value at the 16th pick was $4.6 million. The Giants have 9.9 to work with
for the whole draft.
Yep.
4.6. I wonder if they're going to use. They always try and go under a little bit.
The 69th pick that they're going to get is because of Carlos Rodon's qualifying offer.
Yeah. Where's the 52nd pick from?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Is that just a second round pick? Maybe, probably.
It's okay. According to Danny Emmerman with KMBR, he says Giants president of baseball operations Farhan Zaidi in his mid-season media availability said he views pitching as a position as strong depth in the San Francisco's farm system. We kind of touched on that. Given that, the club is likely to take a more balanced approach to the draft. I guess you can't go wrong. You get a two-way player, you're doing both. You're splitting it right down the middle.
I guess Colin Houck is still out there. Who had Houck?
A senior was talking about Colin Houck.
He's fallen a little bit. Some people had him really high. It'll be interesting to see where they get, thing about baseball, you can get a guy, I think Mason Black was wasn't he like a 10th round, 11th round, or was he a 5th round, somewhere around there?
So here's what he's saying too. He goes, in 2021, we kind of talked about this. The Giants took a pitcher with 9 of their first 10 draft picks. Then last year, including Crawford, the Giants selected a pitcher with each of their first 6 choices. So they're in deep. So now, I don't know. Maybe it's disingenuous to say that this kid's going to be a two-way player since they got so many pitchers. Maybe it's why don't they just come out and say we want him for his bat?
Well, the
Giants really haven't said nothing yet.
He's made it known that he wants to be a two-way player, and he has he can always say, "I'm not signing with you if you're not signing me as a two-way player."
Which is, come on, an 18-year-old dictating to a I guess
sure happens all the time. They go to college and they come back the next year, and they get drafted somewhere else.
No.
These guys that get picked early, they've already got college commitments in their back pocket, and there's been many cases where guys get drafted and then they go. Look at the history of guys getting drafted in baseball. They get drafted 2 or 3 times, and then I think. Brandon Crawford, if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted at a high school and then went to UCLA. And so I think what you end up having here is he signs for – they've already talked to him. They wouldn't – no team would have picked this kid if they knew they couldn't sign him and they hadn't already talked about being a two-way. Because he's already made it clear he wants to see about making it as a two-way. So I think the harder part is the pitching, as far as making it as a pitcher. I don't know, hitting's tough too. Crawford's probably going to just be a pitcher. Maybe this kid's only a hitter, but I'd like to see these guys be kind of more like a.
Giants haven't said nothing. We're just going by what the pundits are saying on ESPN and MLB.
Yeah, I don't know. Guys, be a relief. Like I think. What's his name? DeSclafani, and what was the other pitcher I was thinking of on the Giants staff? That who was it? I saw him the other day. I thought not Wood, not Stripling. Can't think of who it is, but anyway, I would think a guy like DeSclafani would be just more of a one-inning guy, just make him a reliever and let him go all out. And I don't know, maybe I'm not sure. He doesn't have that much good power pitching though, so I don't know. We'll see. There's another guy I was thinking of that would be a great reliever, and I'm trying to remember who it was. All right, so coming up on the Astros pick, and then they get the Mariners get a 29th selection.
Because of Julio Rodriguez, right?
Yeah, and they get the 30th selection too. They get back-to-back. Did they already pick two, the Mariners? Yeah, they picked 22nd. They got 22, 29, and 30? My goodness.
That's good.
Dodgers don't pick until 36.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna go a little longer, and then we're not gonna go. We're gonna not keep this going. It's not like the football draft, where it's a little more exciting. But we'll see. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Yeah, Will Martinez says, we'll know in a year or two if Farhan whiffed on this pick when Will Clark comes on KBR and talks about the talent in the farm. He has been right on most of these guys. MF says he liked the Vandy player. I think he's talking about Enrique Bradfield. Yep. I really like that kid. Just because, yeah, Chase Davis is another guy. They are so lucky. They had him fall, Chase Davis, and then they had Jordan Walker fall to them. The Cardinals know high school talent, and this other kid's at college. Let's see, what else do we got in here?
All right.
That's him. Just going through the chat here and trying to see if there's anything. Oh wow, we got a lot in the chat here. I was way up. Eric, I'll keep this going. We should bring you on, and if you want, and let the two Erics go.
Oh, I'm almost done. I mean, we've been going 3 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe why don't we they're only on pick 29. You want to come back after they finish the draft and talk about the other two picks in a couple
we could
hours?
do that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Yeah. How about if we come back? Let's see, it's 6:30. Why don't we say we come back about 8:30? I'm guessing. Let's see.
Should be done by 8:30, huh?
What this thing start at 4? We've gone 2.5 hours, and they've made almost 30 picks. They got to make another 40 picks in 2.5 hours. I would think they get shorter. You get shorter.
I was going to say because they're not going to be as highly touted.
Yeah, they usually don't give you the same amount of pick time in the second round as they do.
They're not. Are they airing? How much are they airing?
ESPN, or one of them is airing the first 70 picks. I can't remember if it was MLB or ESPN.
Huh.
So I'll watch
one
of them. But why don't we set it? Hey guys, we're going to end this here, but we'll come back. It'll be a very short show when we come back. We're just going to talk about the next two picks for the Giants and
sounds good.
Kind of see what they get. But look for a new thumbnail out, and probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 9:30 tonight, and we won't go too long.
Yep, sounds good.
So, all right, let's get some music.
Oh yeah, here, I get it.
What does everybody think? Epic trailer, how's that?
Yeah, why not?
There we go.
Sounds like a superhero about to come through the door.
Who are they going to take at number 52? I hear they're I hear they're after a guy named Eddie Zaidi.
Eddie Zaidi. Eddie Zaidi.
Yeah, Farhan's cousin or nephew. Farhan's nephew. Yeah, he's like.
Oh my god.
He's a really good potential as a bat boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Let's get powerful beat. Let's see what that one sounds.
Oh, you want to go full bore, huh?
What's the powerful beat? What's good?
Oh, what do you want here? Let's see. Hold on. You want something
Like
where is
this.
it at?
I'll pop this. What's this?
There you go.
No, let's go. What's this rocking around here?
Yeah, that's the good one. That's the one I always started off with. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. All right, we'll close it out. And anybody want to join us back somewhere around 9:30? Look for the thumbnail.
9 or 8 or 8:30.
9.
9.
I think it'll be closer to 9. Look for the put the notifications bell on. Hit the like button, everybody. Do it right now. Hit that big like button, and go ahead and turn on your notifications bell. I'll try and remember to tweet it out as well for those on Twitter. But Eric and I will be back, and we'll wrap up today's draft, and we'll tell you what we're going to be doing the rest of the week coming up.
Sounds good.
Everybody have a good one, and we'll see you shortly. Thank you.